Blake and Benaki together, the two Bs in the centre make it very good for the Gisborne Football Netball Club.
Yeah, there's no one really quite like him, so it's very good for having him back. It's when he's not playing, it's a big hole to fill, so yeah, it's very good having him back.
And the other one I noticed last week was very good, Harry Luxmore up forward. He showed plenty of potential up there in recent years. Let's hope he has a consistent year and can hit the scoreboard week in and week out.
Yeah, hopefully. He's put on a fair bit of size this off-season too. He's looking pretty big with his biceps, so hopefully he throws his weight around.
Injured Gisborne youngster Jed Denhei joining us up here in the box pre-game. Excited to see what Kobe Zarafa might bring his first game today. They really told me to keep an eye on him across the final series last year in under-18s football, and he was really good. And so you must be excited to what we're going to see from him today. What are we expecting to see from him?
Yeah, he's a superstar. I think he's only 16, and yeah, I don't reckon he'll look out of place today. I'm really keen to watch him play, but yeah, he played under-18s last week, and he was just a step above. It was like he probably shouldn't have even been out there. He was playing that good, so he'll definitely be one to watch.
Riley Evans as well, opportunity for him. Obviously plays with his brother as well, Lockie Evans. So exciting for not only you having your brother play, he gets to play his first game with his brother as well. So.
Yeah, it's very special sharing your first senior game with your brother, so I'm happy for him, and he's another gun that's came up through the rookies his whole career, so he'll be really good to watch.
So what does game day look like for you as an injured player? Do you get involved in helping out in any type of thing on the bench, or do you just purely sit back and watch?
Just try to get around the boys and get them ready for the game and hype them up, and that's about it.
Now, before we do let you go, I do have one question I was told to ask. Someone wandered around here before and told me to ask, should have you listened to your old man and strapped your ankles up last week? I can probably tell you who asked that question. It came from the old man himself.
Yeah, I reckon that was him.
He was pretty dirty. You didn't take his advice.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably should have, but I won't tell him that.
Yeah, Worm, obviously, well known around here. He's a big supporter of you guys. He goes to every single of your games, so you must love what he brings, and he's a very passionate person for you too. So how much has he helped contribute to where you are now in terms of your senior footy?
Yeah, I couldn't ask for much of a better dad than him. I reckon it was his second or third game in my whole football career that he missed last week, and that's why I said I did my ankle. I blamed on him because he wasn't there.
Jed, thank you very much here for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you back out there towards the back end of the season and the ankle's not too serious, mate, but we do get to see you feature because Gisborne are a much better side when you're out there running around.
Yep, thank you.
That was Jed Denhei of the Gisborne Football Netball Club. Unfortunately, not to have him out there. We're counting down to the senior bounce here at Harry Trott Oval. Gisborne taking on South Bendigo, round 2 of the Bendigo Football Netball League. Other games and matchups to come straight after this. Myself, Cam Power, John Hunter, Norm Jenkin and Stephen Noble joining us as well. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Live Saturday afternoon local football. Only one step.
We're not even going there without talks either.
No. Let's go up front. Glenn's pushed the wrong button in the studio. Glenn's done something. He's got to go right to go in the studio. Yeah.
So we were on air before pre-game.
Everything came to air?
Oh, Wallace will be going nuts.
He said that changes to VFL line play.
Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live. We're here at Harry Trott Oval in Kennington. South Bendigo taking on Gisborne in what promises to be a really good game of footy. And Norm, as we were touching on before, Eagle Hawk and Golden Square playing today. It is at Golden Square, but it's just interesting that it is it's at Eagle Hawk, but a home game for Golden Square due to the redevelopment of the facilities out at Golden Square.
Yeah, usually when something like this happens in other leagues in particular, maybe not in the Bendigo League, you just swap the home game so that this week would be Eagle Hawk's home game and the second week of the second round, which is round 11, would become Golden Square's home game. But maybe the situation is that the ground may not be up by round 11 anyway. So,
well, I have heard that they're potentially going to have to move a few more home games over the next few weeks for Golden Square. So interesting times, but traditionally you would swap it around, but I just found it very interesting to see that Golden Square on their socials were putting out requests for helpers in the canteen and all that stuff. So obviously they're taking everything that they need to make it a home game just being played at Eagle Hawk.
Yeah, and well done to Golden Square for being able to do this. I know a lot of other clubs may not have wanted to take that initiative and play a home game at Eagle Hawk. But then when you look at last week, Sandhurst proved that Eagle Hawk can be beaten on their home turf. I know, talking to Trav Matheson after the game, that some of the boys, they haven't done a lot of pre-season because of the time they finished their grand final at the end of the year, that they decided to have a bit more of a break. But they've got two big inclusions today, and that is Kennedy and Walker from Coburg, a VFL aligned boys. And with the new rules for VFL aligned players this year, I think we're going to see Walker and Kennedy a lot more, because if you're VFL aligned, you're not from this area, you've got to play 6 games with the club up here to qualify. If you are from this area, you only have to play 4 games with your club that you're with. You used to, once you got to 12 games in the VFL, you weren't allowed to come back. But AFL Victoria have relaxed that and said it doesn't matter how many games you play with the VFL, you can go back and play with your country aligned side. So for the Bendigo Football League, that's going to be great, because come the end of the year, there's something like 20 odd VFL affiliated boys playing in the league this year. So come the end of the year, if your team's not in the finals, you could have these boys. So that could make for a cracking final series at the end of the year. It'll certainly boost Eagle Hawk today, as I felt they did struggle a little bit last week.
Key points for that before you move on, Norm. So you have to play a minimum of 6 games now for their club.
Yes, for their club.
And it doesn't matter how many VFL games you play.
No. And you've got to play. That's 6.
I like that.
6 if you're not from in the area. 4 if you've grown up in this area and been aligned to clubs in this area.
That could open up a little bit of a can of worms to where potentially you might have lived in that area for a little bit of stage. So
it's not a matter of where you lived, Cam. It's a matter of where you've played your football.
So it's based purely on your junior football.
Yeah, if you didn't play junior football around here, or your first football around here, well, you've got to play 6. If you did, you've got to play 4. So that's going to help a number of clubs, Sandhurst, Strathfield say in particular. I think they've got 6 or 7 VFL aligned players who, all bar one, played last Saturday.
So I just want to double check on that. Zane Kieran plays at Strathfield say now.
Yep.
He's VFL listed as well at Werribee, I'm pretty sure it is. Played all his junior footy with Golden Square. So that doesn't come into consideration. It's not where he played, it's as long as he's in the area. So a player like him would be eligible for Strathfield say under these new rules.
Yes, that's the way I read that. You don't have to be at the same club, but you've got to be in the same area. You couldn't come from Shepparton. Excuse me. You couldn't come from Shepparton and be classed as being in the area. you would have to play your 6 games if you were from Shepparton. So it's an interesting one, and it'll be interesting to see how it pans out come September. We'll just wait and see through the year, but 2 big inclusions for Eaglehawk today, and I think that'll stand them in good stead, and they'll get the job done. Langford and Neve were very good down back last week, and Mullen through the midfield had a very good start to the season. Golden Square, it was a welcome back to Barrett, played very well through the midfield, as did Macy Eaton. Up forward, young Archie Eaton was a live wire with 3 goals, and they'll need more from their other key forwards, including Jack Stewart. He'll have to try and get a little bit closer to goal than he did last week and have a few shots on goal. He did nice things, but I felt he got too far up the ground.
Yeah, we went and watched that game last week, as I mentioned. I thought Eaglehawks looked a little bit off it for the start of the season, so I reckon that they might have got a little bit of a rocket put up them during the week, and they'll come out a little bit more today. So I'm expecting Eaglehawk to win this one against Golden Square. I don't think they'll win it comfortably, though. I think Golden Square will go with them for a large percentage of this game, but the big names that Eaglehawk have in that side, your Billy Evanses, your Ty Evans, players like that, I feel like will just come to the forefront, and Eaglehawk will get over the line. Kangaroo Flat takes on Castlemaine to finish off the round. John Hunter, life member out at Castlemaine, of course. Exciting for them last week, the way they played. It's really got to be out. It's really got to be for them go and get the job done comfortably today, doesn't it?
I think so, Cam. And
with no disrespect to Kangaroo Flat, of course.
No, but I was going to mention to you, we saw both games last week, Golden Square and Castlemaine, and also Eaglehawk and Sandhurst. I didn't think there was much difference in the quality of those games.
No, not at all.
I think that Golden Square and Castlemaine have certainly bridged that gap, and it's really good for the competition. Dylan Lant comes in to the Magpies this afternoon. Love to be out there watching him, because I've had a bit of a look at him on YouTube. There's a lot of hype around him. He's been described to me, he's come from the Northern Territory as like a cross between Derek Philo and Lockie Tardrew on steroids, that type of player. He's 6'4" plus.
So I actually seen a rankings page during the week that ranked the top 50 players in the Bendigo Football Netball League, and they had him listed as number 1, a bloke that hasn't played a game in the Bendigo Footy League, and they're already having him listed as the best player in the competition. So that's very high credentials.
Absolutely, and they've got another couple of other ins.
Zach Durkin as well.
Brother played for Carlton last week, made his debut, also played last week. So he's a positive, Norm, and also with those kids that are in there, they'll certainly get a lift from having those players come in, because all of a sudden they become the 2nd, 3rd and 4th stringers when you've got a couple of those bigger name players coming in. So not being disrespectful to Kangaroo Flat, but I would say look out this afternoon, they're probably going to cop it.
Yes, and the other thing that I liked about Castlemaine last week was they got straightened up, and the kids walked a little bit taller with Jazz Coleman doing the ruck work. For me, when he walked out, he seemed an undersized ruckman, but he was up against a taller ruckman in the league, and he did very well.
Yeah, I loved what Archie Rickson did last week for Castlemaine as well. How much is a couple of players in that forward line being added, like Durkin as well, going to potentially take him to another level as well?
Yeah, well, Durkin will straighten Castlemaine up, because he's a leading forward, and he kicked, I think it was 4 goals in the Northern Territory Grand Final up there. And I think that that'll straighten Castlemaine up, and they'll be going to go straight towards goal. And, of course, you'll probably have Michael Hartley down there too, or at some stages Bailey Henderson.
Yes, it's certainly looking good for Castlemaine. So that's what's going on in Bendigo footy here at the Harry Trott Oval in Kennington, South Bendigo, Gisborne. Round 2 action. Down at ground level, joining us is Stephen Navor. Stephen, how's the conditions looking down there at ground level, mate?
Yeah, so the wind's just picked up a bit after the Resi's game. It's probably gone from about a 2 to 3 goal wind to more of a 5 to even 6 goal wind. Sun's just come out from behind the clouds as well, so pretty good day for footy, I'd argue.
We were expecting it to be quite cold today, and obviously I bought all the winter clothes and I've nearly stripped down to a t-shirt. The sun is shining, it's actually relatively warm here.
Yeah, even with the wind around, it's keeping nice and warm. That sun's doing a really good job.
Steve, we had a bit of rain overnight. How does it feel? It looks to me to be picture perfect, carpet-like, so I don't reckon that rain's had any effect on it whatsoever.
No, the rain certainly has had no effect on the ground. It's nice, perfect grass for footy.
And what about the centre wicket, the turf area?
Yeah, I just had a little walk on there before. A little bit firm, as you'd expect from a quick cricket wicket, but yeah, fairly soft by all standards.
Before we let you go down there, what are you expecting out of today's game?
I'm expecting a fairly good contest between both teams. I'd probably just have the money on South Bendigo, especially after how they performed against Broadford the other week.
Steve, we'll cross back to you shortly for the toss of the coin. Stephen Neville joining us down there on ground level. Johnny, looking forward to having him involved in the broadcast this year. And the conditions, they look ample up here for footy today. Much better than what I was expecting when I got out of bed this morning.
Oh, fantastic, Cam. And, after being here last year in those conditions that were absolutely appalling, we did see a pretty good contest last year.
In total that day.
We did, but it was a contest, wasn't it? So, Norm and I discussed this off air, and we'll discuss it on air now, but Norm, we were saying that just say the Bloods get beaten today, they might find a fired-up Castlemaine next week after having the almost not premiership favourites, but favourites to make the top three. All of a sudden they could be looking at 1 and 3 if things don't go their way. So it's a pretty tight rope that they're walking, isn't it?
It is, and especially early on in the year, because you like to get your early wins and put the 4 points on the board, because it makes it better later in the year.
Yeah, well, the thing is, these games so early in the season are massively important, because we're expecting the top 5 to really have 7 teams thinking they're a genuine chance of making it. You drop a game today and all of a sudden you slip to 2 games behind the 8 ball. It can be a long way back.
Do you know, we could almost week after week have a seedings in and out. So who's out and who's in. But at the moment, and we discussed it last week, 6 and 7 don't fit into 5. So who the 4th and 5th, I don't know.
Well, that is the thing. I'm not sure which way. Steve, the toss of the coin been done at ground level?
No, they haven't done it yet.
Yeah, the coin has been tossed, and Zach Hare of South Bendigo won the toss and is kicking to the cricket net's end.
The cricket net's end of the ground. Steve, you reckon that's an advantage? How many goals roughly in this win conditions?
If it stays the way it has been in the last 10-15 minutes, definitely 4 to 5 goal breeze.
There you go. So we're
easily
expecting them to start very well. Stephen Neville down at ground level. Norm, who's winning this game today and why?
Well, I'm still leaning towards South Bendigo. I think they're going to be a bigger side. They're going to stretch the Gisborne side down back with the likes of Cameron and Crisp revolving through that during doing the ruck work. So I think that both forms have been good, but I think it's South Bendigo for me just.
Well, I'm sticking with the Bulldogs. I think Gisborne have got a point to prove in Bendigo footy this year. I like the list that they've got. They've got a good blend of experience and younger players, and I just reckon Gisborne today will come down here and set a statement off the back of a good win against Kangaroo Flat last week. I reckon they're going to start the year 2-0.
Yes, and there's 2 things that I'm looking forward to in this match today. There's 2 big matchups. It's Crisp and Cameron against Blake, and also Harker against Benaki at ground level.
We'll also have Steve at ground level at quarter time and at the huddles to give us a bit of an update. Let's get this one underway in round 2. South Bendigo playing Gisborne. The Bulldogs come up to, foreign ground, isn't it? Local footy, the place we want to be. Fresh live for the opening ball up. Here's Cameron Power.
Waiting for the umpire here. A couple of stragglers to get off the field. It's round 2, Bendigo footy match of the day. Gisborne taking on South Bendigo. Hello to everyone joining us. Radio Live 101.5 FM across Central Victoria, online on the Community Plus radio app and TuneIn radio apps. Umpires Scotty Bennett and Kobe Hilson this afternoon, and they'll get us underway. Haddo goes through to take the ball for South Bendigo, but he lost it. Picked up by Braden Blake. He'll fire out the handball wide. Dogs will get the first inside forward 50 of the game. It's a little low worm-burning kick hard up against the boundary. Kept alive for the Dogs by Dominic Sullivan. Eventually he's taken over the boundary line for a boundary throw in. Right-hand forward pocket. Clubroom side of the ground here at Harry Trott, and based on all weather conditions earlier in the week, the ground is bathed in sunshine, Johnny.
Deep in the forward zone. Blake against Crisp. Crisp of the Bloods wins the tap. Tapped it in the direction of Hare. Hare goes well beyond 50. It might be a free kick to Alexander Ralph or a mark. Either on the wing. He'll now go deep in the forward zone. It's gone a 70-metre ball. Vescovi tracks the footy for the Bulldogs towards the offensive goal. In fact, it goes out of bounds and will be a ball in.
That at least gives us an idea on the wind there. That ball carried from centre wing to about 20 metres out. An excellent kick there from the South Bendigo player.
Umpire will throw it in now. The Dogs in attack. Kicking to the cricket wicket ends. Up they go in the front position. Big Mac Cameron's dragged down by Blake. Hurried kick out of the pack by the Dogs through Johnson. Johnson goes in the direction of the coach's box for the Dogs. It goes over the boundary line for a ball in. 50 out from home for the Dogs, for the Bloods rather. Bloods short pass was effective. Might be Niski with the ball for the Bloods. Let's see what he does. He's a long way from home. He likes his chances. Well, that 50 is not really 50, it's 40, that chalk mark. Let's see what he does. Long, high ball that will go to the line, off hands. The Dogs need to kill it. Matt Cameron had a fresh air in it, couldn't quite get it. Dogs under pressure through Zimmerman. Gets collared for one too high, and he's going to take a shot on goal.
Yeah, I think lucky there, Zimmerman. He was tackled earlier and then got tackled a second time.
Goes round the body, he didn't muck around, played on quickly and put it through for a major. Score sponsor Don Smallgoods is Don is good. Local footy, the place we want to be, it's fresh live. The Bloods, 1 goal straight, 6. They lead the Dogs yet to score.
Yes, a little bit lucky for me there for Zimmerman because he had been tackled. He shrugged that tackle and got tackled again, and normally that is a free kick against you if you get tackled the second time. Yes, the tackle slipped up, but from what I've been watching in football this year, it's a free kick to the tackler and not to the person being tackled.
Fast start here for the Bloods. Also a fast start for Castlemaine. 2 goals to 1 over Kangaroo Flat. And Sandhurst have got the first goal of the day up against Broadford at the QEO. So looking forward to keeping updated with all those contests as well in Bendigo footy. Round 2 of the season. Those nets might have come in handy that Damien was talking about. We had to wait for the ball to be retrieved. It's taken out of the ruck straight away by Crisp. He whacked it forward, picked up by McKenna, who's coming in off the broadcast side wing here at Harry Trott. He's taken straight away in the tackle. Tackling come from Cohen Harker. Of course, Cohen Harker in the Blood side. No Templeton today for South Bendigo. How much of a hurt will that be? Gisborne will look to take the ball out down the clubroom side wing, unable to take any clean possession. Working through there is Will Elliott. Free kick's been pulled here going, no, in fact, yeah, ball up I should say. Quickly balled up. Neither ruckman got their hands on it. Harker in there, couldn't quite take it. Working it forward here is Nitsky for South Bendigo. They go backwards to go forwards. Haddo emerged with the footy. Short handball was good. They'll go inside forward 50 from Hare. Good defensive mark was read by Pat McKenna, and he will bring the Dogs out of defence.
Playing in his back half, which is unusual. He's a goal kicker, as we know. He's directing traffic. You now go to the clubroom side. It's a long ball. Chris was in the back, but floating across the front there was Johns, who did well for the Dogs. Johns, he looks to go corridor, then he decides against it. Now he dumps it down the line. It's a poor kick. He's kicked it straight to the opposition, and Alex Davis with a footy will now go long as he handballed off. Inside forward 50 to the back of the pack. Zimmerman is lurking. It just needs to sit for him and doesn't. In fact, it hits the point post and goes out of bounds for a ball in. In fact, it's Harker. They look alike. They've got the ball scones there, Cameron.
Yeah, Harker got the tattoos going down as well. He started quite well in there. Number 20 for the Bloods will get the throw in inside forward 50. You can see the trees rattling behind those goals, Norm Jenkin, with the wind.
Yes, it's probably a 4 or 5 goal win when you look at that.
Neither ruckman got clean hands to it. It's just going to be a scrap of players diving on top of this footy. Brock Harvey in there for the Bloods. As too was Harry Thomas of the Bulldogs. We'll get a ball up top of the goal square. Cricket net ends of the ground. Again, neither ruckman really got hands to it. So, wind definitely playing trouble here. The ruckman unable to get hands on the footy. We'll get another throw in. Right hand forward pocket. Cricket net's end.
The wind's blowing everything, Cam, don't you worry?
Yeah, the wind is certainly picked up. It's picked up a lot more in the last probably minute than what we had pre-game. The sun's ducked behind the clouds as well here. Might be Gisborne weather, as you would say. Knocked down, and well, we found a free kick out of all this. It's going to go the way of the Dogs. So it is the Dogs through Benaki. Benaki clears out towards us in our broadcast side wing. Attacking side of his defensive 50 is Pat McKenna. He looks down the line. Harry Thomas and Harry Luxmore will provide some options. Decides to go a little bit shorter. Dangerous kick, missed its target. Picked up for the Bloods by Nitschke. He'll send a high ball inside forward 50. Didn't really look for Scobie's going to have to track it back, but he gets a bounce. He got a bounce that Nathan Lyon would have been proud of, and it's gone through for a goal from Josh Nitschke. 2 goals to the Bloods, no score to the Bulldogs. Early stages of this one here at Harry Trott Oval. and it's a good start for South Bendigo.
Yes, a good
Score
turnover.
sponsor Don Smallgoods is Don is good.
Good turnover by South Bendigo there. Nitschke got onto the loose ball, sent it in long, and the wind took it over the top of the pack, and it got a favourable bounce and went straight through. But interesting to know that McKenna probably been dropped down back as a loose man, and each time he moves down back, South Bendigo put a player on him. So Robbie Waters trying to outcoach South Bendigo side at this stage.
Restart in the middle, trying to make a path through was Dylan Johnson. He couldn't for the Dogs. There'll be a secondary ball up. Up they'll go in the ruck. Whistle on play. The umpire off the players gave a free kick. They play on quickly. Haddo gave it and then got it back. The old 1-2 sends it inside forward 50. McKenna of the Dogs played on after marking it. It was a hurried little handball. Now it's a contest. Merritt didn't quite take possession of the footy. Now it's a contest at ground level. Shoveled out. Thomas, he received, and he was just retreats to the back door momentarily, and the Dogs now will slow it down off halfback.
There's a little bit going on off the ball here. Brad Benaki getting involved. Dogs are working in the middle. Evans will emerge with the footy. That's Lockie Evans into the centre of the ground. They go. Mark's been taken. He's gone down. Might have been trying to claim an extra advantage there. It's Frankie Shapano in the middle of the ground. He quickly dishes off the handball to the runner. Short pass. Poor intercept mark, South Bendigo, and it's Nathan Albury. So free kick being called. The crowd certainly getting involved in this one here, and it's a free kick and a 50-metre penalty or off the ball free kick, Norm.
Yeah, an off the ball free kick, and yes, a lot of the crowd saying Benaki's faking his injury, but he wasn't. He went down heavily in that marking contest.
Jack English has received the ball in the bright orange boots. He's 50 out from goal. If you want to base it on the marking here, he'll kick it all of 55 metres. Jack English, new to the Bloods, crossed over from Sandhurst. It's going to go right to the line. Matt Cameron kept it alive, and he didn't knock it through, kept it alive, so the Bloods will then eventually take the territory over the boundary line for a boundary throw in. It looks like that match-up for Benaki might be the new recruit to South Bendigo, Jack English. No?
Yeah, the young fella's he did a very good job on Fallon last year when Sanders played South Bendigo, and that's how he got to South, because of his great defensive work.
Umpire will throw it in. Matt Cameron grabs it out of the ruck, then dishes it off to Horbury. Horbury, a hurried handball was ineffective. Now a turnover. The Dogs off half back. Kicks it to the wing. Zimmerman wins it now for the Bloods. He'll send it inside forward 50 wide. Brock Harvey was the target. Could not hit him. We'll have another point. The Dogs haven't looked like kicking a goal yet, but they are kicking against a pretty strong breeze now.
It is very strong, and the only one that's been able to handle kicking into the breeze was McKenna when he got that, when he moved down back.
You can hear what the breeze is doing in our special effects mic here at Harry Trott. Stephen called it a 5 or 6 goal breeze earlier. Might be looking that way. Nitschke's going to get a run at it. Couldn't quite control it. Vescovi's handball to McKenna. They're hard up against the boundary line. They'll try and go through it. Works to the top of the goal square. Nitschke, right place, right time. Slots his second. And a fast start for South Bendigo. 3 goals to South Bendigo. No score, Gisborne. Early to mid stages of the opening quarter here at Harry Trott. Score sponsor, Jason Westcott Builder. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's fresh live.
And early on, 7 inside 50s to 1 in South Bendigo's favour. But in the centre clearances, it's been even. It's been 2 to 1 so far. The game, it's being run at a fast pace, as we saw with South Bendigo first up down at Broadford. They'll just push the ball on at all costs, and they've been doing that today, and it's been paying dividends.
Dogs under pressure here at Harry Trott Oval. The Dogs are kicking against a pretty strong breeze here. Umpire will ball it up. Chris probably wins the ruck on that occasion. Spills forward for the Bloods. Running onto it. Fallon tried to pick it up and couldn't. Still contest. A whistle on play. In fact, that might be the netball. It was Johnson with the Dogs who kicked it to half forward. But another turnover. The Bloods into the middle. What can the Dogs do here? It was a nice little pick up by Werner. Gives it off to a teammate, Goldward. And it sneaks it in for a minor score. So their first of the afternoon. They are 1 behind. They are trailing 3 goals straight. 18 live. I was going to say live 25. Cam, you did that last week. For a year on, aren't we?
Taking a bit of adjusting to get away from that one. Bloods will bring it into the middle. They'll go straight. Red hits the middle of the Harry Trott Oval here. Picked up by Grant Cassiano, who was collected high. It was Matt Cameron that gave away the free kick. Nothing real malicious in that one, just an accidental one, but Ryan Burke certainly came to remonstrate. Short pass from Gisborne missed the target, and their kicking just has been that little bit off in this stage in this game.
It's certainly not umpire appreciation week this week out at Harry Trott Oval.
Henry Flatter responded to lead early against Castlemaine, 2-3-15 to 2-2-14 at Dow Park.
Here we go, talking up Castlemaine, and the Blues are doing well. Let's keep an eye on that one now. Across half forward, diving in over the footy was Brennan Cazziano, couldn't win it. Series of handballs, and now it's a long ball inside forward 50. Comes off hands, spills towards the boundary line. No one can get near it. Tracking it was Hannon for the Dogs. We'll have a ball in 60 from goal.
But you saw that ball hold up in the wind there, and it just dropped over the 50-metre line. Kicking the other end of the ground, that would have been halfway between centre half forward and the goal square.
It's like Matt Merritt going into the ruck here for the Dogs, up against the much bigger size Cal Crisp, who won the tap down. Hare tried to knock it forward. Blake couldn't quite take it. He was a little bit late to get to the contest. Emerging with the footy, the Dogs. Umpires pulled out a free kick. Going the way of South Bendigo, it's in the hands of young Toby Hardingham. Hardingham, a little bit of a dangerous kick, but it worked out okay to Horbury. Defensive 50. Horbury goes back to where it came. Mark taken by Fallon this time, the co-coach of the Bloods. Fallon will drive it long down the wing. Mark taken and handball forward. It ends up with Zimmerman. He tries to take on the Evans tackle. He didn't, but he just got rid of a handball, said the umpire. Evans goes back in. It's worked down there for the Dogs. They'll handball their way out of trouble. Towards the boundary line they go. Unable to find a way through in the end there was Adam Brand Castellano, and we'll get a ball up 55 out from goal.
The excellent work by Zimmerman there. He was brought to ground, but he was back in and made the next tackle.
You didn't think it was a free kick, Norm? It was borderline, wasn't it?
I probably was dropping the ball.
So Blake in the ruck now for the Dogs. Taps it straight to the opposition. Now will be the Bloods inside forward 50. Poor kick. Another turnover. Will Elliott for the Dogs. He'll sprint it wide. It's a teammate. They're looking to build off half back here. The Dogs receiving the kick was Harry Thomas. Harry Thomas goes to McKenna. McKenna right in front of us. 15 metres in from the boundary line on the wing. It's not a very effective kick. Causes a turnover. On the end of a handball there was Hardingham. They'll go to half forward. It's not really... I wasn't convinced with that. They in fact lose it. Now it'll be the Dogs come back the other way. A long kick inside forward 50. Target will be Denhei. Was at his ankles. Couldn't grab it. Good hard work by Dylan Johnson. Ground level for the Dogs. We'll have a stoppage, ball up 55 from home. Dogs in attack.
Yes, when South go into their forward 50 and they hit targets, they've kicked goals. When they haven't, it's been a turnover to Gisborne.
Matt Cameron wins it down. Haddo was able to spin onto his right side and send it down the grandstand side wing here at Harry Trott. Intercept mark for the Dogs was taken by Riley Evans in his debut game. Handballs off. They'll go inside forward 50. Matt Cameron is back there and he takes the intercept mark. He's been busy early. He handballs off to Horbury wearing the long sleeve this afternoon. Horbury's kick will clear everyone, go towards the boundary line. Dogs will actually keep it alive. It's being run by Will Elliott. They're hard up against the boundary line still. Eventually we're going to have to cross over, you would think. The ball might have still stayed alive. Bloods coach is screaming for holding the ball right in front of the action here. A little bit slow getting to their feet. We'll have a ball up right in front of the South Bendigo coaches watching on. Haddo missed it. Dogs will take it inside forward 50. Kick was shallow. Knocked out of there by Davies. Missed his target. Picked up Matt Merritt. Matt Merritt handballs further forward. Teammate couldn't take it cleanly. Hard up against the boundary line they go. It's cleared out of there for the Bloods by Fallon. But it might be a free kick to the Dogs. Norm Jenkin, what'd you see?
Well, there was a late tackle. The player was slung to the ground after the ball went, and if that's the case, that should have been a 50-metre penalty as well.
Well, it's going to be Dylan Johnson that's going to receive the free kick. Right-hand forward pocket. Very tough to kick a goal from that pocket in these conditions. The Neil Street end of the ground. Breeze has probably slightly dropped off a little bit to what we had 5 minutes ago, but it'll be a tough kick from here for Johnson. 35 out. 10 in from the boundary, goes goalwards, and right to the line. The mark's taken in the goal square by Harry Luxmore. Terrific grab from Luxmore, and he'll go back and slot it from the goal square for the Dogs' first of the day.
Yes, a great mark by Luxmore then. He had the run on the pack. He was able to leap above, and he even got over the top of Matt Cameron, who was there to take the defensive mark.
Yeah, James Davies looked a bit disappointed that Luxmore was able to take that one, but he slams the goal through, so the Bulldogs are on the board. midway through the opening quarter. 3 straight South Bendigo, 1 straight Gisborne. It's a good contest here at Harry Trott Oval. Score sponsor, Jason Westcott, build a local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Yeah, South Bendigo definitely not making the most of their forward 50 entries. They've got 3 goals from 8, and Gisborne have now got their first goal, and they've had 5 inside 50s against the wind.
Back in the middle we'll go. Big Matt Cameron's doing the ruck work now for the Bloods. Banaki's been quiet in the middle for the Dogs as yet. He's in there. Up they go in the ruck. It will be Haddo that wins it for the Bloods, and they'll go inside forward 50. It's too long. Kay tried to track the footy for the Bloods and couldn't get it.
Gee, they've got a lot of sponsors here, South Bendigo, rolling through them on the scoreboard.
It's actually 117, Cam, trailing 3 goals straight, 18 if you recall. Their first score was a minor one for the Dogs. So, bathed in sunshine here at the moment, albeit it's windy as you can hear through our effects mic. Bloods doing all the attacking. They're kicking to the attacking end, which is the cricket net's end. Up they go in the ruck. It'll be Blake and Crisp. No clear winner. It was a big punch, in fact. It couldn't quite see who won it, but it tracked towards the boundary line, and we'll have another stoppage across half forward. Bloods in attack. 18 playing 7. The Bloods lead this one.
A little bit going on behind the play here between players from both sides when the ball's out of action.
Calls for someone to man up Haddo, as you can hear in our special effects mic, and why wouldn't you, because he's one of the premier midfielders of the competition. Ruck infringement, free kick, Gisborne, but they'll emerge with the footy through Dylan Johnson. He took the advantage, sends it in the Denhei direction, didn't quite get to him, but he was able to track after it nicely. He tapped the ball to keep it into his advantage as he ran forward. Clever, handball to a teammate, that'll go forward through Shapano. Shapano's handball was good, short pass inside forward 50, and it's going to end in a mark to Brad Benaki, and if it's not a mark, it's a free kick because he was being held without the footy. And again, it's that matchup that we spoke about before. Jack English running with Benaki, and he just infringed late there, didn't he, Norm Jenkins?
He did. He got over the shoulder there, but I think Benaki would have taken the mark anyway.
So, it's going to be a big response from the Dogs if they can kick a second goal against the breeze here at Harry Trott. He'll kick it all of 45 metres. 10 in from the boundary, right hand forward pocket. Well, if it was a pass, it had to be a pass because it held up. Luxmore came out at it. He's able to steady. Short pass, Luxmore missed its intended target. Might have been Clough. Nitschke was able to pick it up. Handball to Fallon. Fended his way off the tackle. Then he gave it off to English. English was... Well, he'll bang it down the line. He might have been dealt with after he got rid of the free kick, so he'll receive a downfield free kick to the Bloods.
Yeah, hip and shoulder, a fraction late by young Blake there, and sent him to ground.
Bloods inside forward 50 again to the back of the pack. Dogs need to be careful. They are. Vescovi getting involved. Handball's okay. Now the Dogs up half back. All paw kick. Turnover now. It's with Hare. Received a handball. Then on the right, an up and under kick. Set themselves. Might be Will Allen that's taking a good mark there. Contested one-on-one. In fact, it's Crisp. Crisp, who's, geez, he's being active around the ground, Norm.
Yeah, Crisp and Matt Cameron are changing in the forward pocket and providing height up there for South.
He's on a tight angle. Probably needs to just sit it up in the goal square and let the wind do its thing.
Just like that.
Just like that, Normie.
Mark on the line.
Marked it on. Must have only been a centimetre in it, but did everything right except go right through the goals.
Yeah, that's a coach killer. If Braden Blake was able to take an uncontested mark on the goal line to save a goal. So the Dogs will then chip the pass out of defence. It'll be a high ball that's out of there in the direction of Luxmore. Couldn't quite take the mark, but he brought it to ground level. Plenty of South Bendigo players around this ball. Picked up by South Bendigo's Zach Hare, but he was tackled straight away by Luxmore. Looks like Alex Davies, he's got the job on Luxmore as well, so that's a battle to keep an eye on. Cameron wins the ruck contest down. Harker will be able to pick it up for the Bloods. He'll screw around the body onto the right, send a high ball inside forward 50. Zimmerman got to the front, couldn't quite take it, spills down. Handball come to English. English will go towards goal. It just went straight up in the air more than towards goal though. Zimmerman tracks it towards the boundary line where they'll happily see it over for a boundary throw in. Right hand forward pocket, Bloods in attack at the cricket net's end of the ground. Perfect conditions for footy here at Harry Trott Oval.
Plenty of spirit in this game. Every throw up, every contest, they're both going at it hard.
Castlemaine leading 27 to 15 out at Dower Park over the Roos. Oh, collar there for the Dogs was Zarafa. So he'll get a free kick. He'll bring it broadcast side. Target will be Luxmore. Hits him on the chest. Luxmore 20 metres in from the boundary line, bringing it down broadcast side. Short pass. Finds Burke. Burke for the Dogs. Defensive side of centre wing still. Hard up against the boundary line. On the left, the Dogs will go forward. Poor kick. He's kicked it straight to big Matt Cameron. Turnover. Who's standing at centre half. Well, in fact, it's on defensive. We'll call it 40 Cam because it's not quite 50, is it not?
I'd like to actually get out there and mark it out here, Harry.
It's definitely not.
Down the line, the kick goes. Burke will able to get a second look at it. Couldn't take it. Nitschke paddled it to himself. Tried to paddle it again, but it was taken by Braden Blake. He was then tackled. Dropped the footy. Umpire says play on. They all dive on top of it. We'll have a ball up. Almost in the centre here at Harry Trott Oval. A pretty good crowd in attendance as well. South Bendigo and Gisborne. Round 2 action. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's fresh live. Bloods will work it out wide. It'll come to Nathan Kay. Kay's handball over the top to Harker. He couldn't quite get rid of the Burke tackle, which forced him to then handball over the top. Harry Thomas intercepts for the Dogs. Thomas short pass. Kobe Zarafa marks it. Centre wing position. Broadcast side. Zarafa goes to a one-on-one contest. Didn't quite find its target, which was Sullivan. Bloods will come out through Davies. Davies' handball worked out okay. Trying to go through there was James Davies. So it was Alex Davies and James Davies getting involved. Inside forward 50, the Dogs go. Somehow Benaki emerges with the footy front of the pack. Unselfishly handballs off to Denhei, who slots the goal. Zach Denhei with the goal. 2-1-13 Gisborne, 3 straight 18 South Bendigo. Midway through the opening quarter here at Harry Trott Oval. Score sponsor Jason Westcott. Build up. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's fresh live.
Yes, great evasiveness from Brad Benaki. He hit the pack hard, got the ball, a left foot step, put him in the clear, and a lovely handball to Zach Denhei, who was riding shotgun to get an easy goal.
Sandhurst lead 33-0 against Broadford. Let's keep our eye on the cricket. We are expecting cricket score, aren't we, Norm?
We are, but Broadford will still give it 100%.
Yeah. As it's ball up, it goes forward of centre now for the Bloods. Running through hard for the Dogs. Did well was Werner. They're going to win it through numbers here. Now the Dogs off the wing. Good short pass it was. Came from Evans. It went to Luxmore. Luxmore inside forward 50. Look for Denhei, who grabbed at his ankle as he went down. Norm, keep your eye on that. Turnover. Now it's the Bloods. Brooks kicks it to the wing. Good one-on-one contested mark. Taken by Hardingham. Hardingham now. I could reach out and touch him if I had to. Now he looks to go long. Hardingham sits it up. Harvey ran underneath the footy. It was ineffective in the end. It was a mark. It's been taken by the Dogs across half-back. Might be Riley Evans with the footy.
He'll short pass to McKenna. So McKenna's got it. He'll look to come down the broadcast side wing here, opposite to the pavilion here. Kick will go about 30 metres. Matt Cameron set to the front, couldn't take the mark. Luxmore come and knock the fist down. Trying to go through Rusbridge will be taken straight away, and a good tackle. I've liked the game of Harry Thomas so far as well, Norm.
Yes, he's been in and under and got a fair bit of the football.
Cameron takes it out of the ruck. Then he just scrambles one forward. Couldn't find its way forward. Trying to find a way through was Werner for the Dogs. Couldn't get it. They work it out to Dylan Johnson. Dylan Johnson to Benaki. Benaki over the top. They can run forward through Evans. Little handball missed its target. Bloods emerge. Off to Harker. He was pounced upon straight away. Was big and strong and able to bounce off the Werner tackle. Hardingham tries to step around Blake. They knock it forward. It comes to Zimmerman. Zimmerman over the top to Brock Harvey. Just bouncing in front of him. Trying to get goal side is Brock Harvey. Good desperate defence from the Dogs to hold him up on the goal line. Blake picks up the footy. He emerges with it. Just scrambles one out of there. Anywhere out of there will do. Knocked away from Werner. Vescovi will get it. He's looking for the boundary line is Vescovi, and that's exactly what he's going to get. And we'll get a boundary throw in. And I reckon if we were playing in some higher levels of footy, we might have been in a bit of trouble for insufficient intent there. Can't tell me that wasn't his intent to get that ball over the boundary line.
Was, but we've been told they're a bit lax on it here. A bit not lax, but looser. Evans has been good for the Dogs too, Norm. I've watched him off half-back. He's tall. He's taken a couple of intercept marks. Braden Blake used his body for the Dogs and went round the corner and did not look. Kicked it straight to James Davies of the Bloods, who will now settle down. And I reckon he should have a shot from goal here, albeit he's 65 from home, Norm.
Yes, well, we saw one of their under-18 boys pin one from about this same distance in the under-18 game earlier today.
Eagle Hawk lead Golden Square by 5 points. Out at, well, they're not at Wade Street, are they? That's getting renovated.
Park. Home game.
Let's see what he does with the footy, James Davies. It's long, it's high, it's to the line, big fly, but just sharking it now was McKenna, who spreads it and finds his teammate in Zarafa.
Zarafa's got it, looking to come out of the line. Denhei will come up and present the option. Goes a little bit longer than that in the Luxmore direction. He's going to get a one-on-one with Davies. Davies went to the double punch forward. Benaki picked it up, tackled straight away by Jack English. It spills out for the Bloods. Picked up and sent inside forward. 50 here from Harker. Right to the top of the goal line. Braden Blake, top of the goal, takes the defensive mark, and it was paid. So Braden Blake will have it in his defensive goal square, and that's twice now he's been able to mark in the goal square.
Yeah, South Bendigo are going to lower their eyes going forward because Blake is standing back in that square when they attack.
Sends it long, sends it to a pack, spills to the front now, contest ground level, trying to make a path is Hardingham. They all scream for insufficient attempt, but it was all tied up.
Yeah, young Hardingham's had a good start to this first quarter, in and under and getting plenty of the football.
40-35 from home now. Ball up, Blake will do the ruck work. Whistle off play. There's been a player for the Bloods being dumped off the footy. I reckon he might get a free kick.
Yeah, Jack Fallon.
They're arguing with the umpire, and I'll tell you what, he's not going to change his mind.
Don't know if you saw that, Normie, but it looked like Jack Fallon was just kind of giving a little bit of a shove off the ball.
I just saw him come out of the pack behind the ball up. I had no sight of that whatsoever.
Jack Johnson, the offender.
Well, let's see what Fallon's got. Again, he's one of these players now that's a long way out. Just sit it up in the goal square and let the wind do its thing. Spins the ball between his palms. It's long, it's high, it's a goal! And he punches towards the crowd to say, look at me, a good goal. 4 goals straight, 24, playing 2-1-13 the Dogs. Score sponsor is Don Smallgoods. His Don is good. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Yeah, I still think South Bendigo, they need to use this wind a little bit more. They've got to lower their eyes when they go forward because Blake's doing an excellent job dropping back behind the ball. If Mick Delaney was here today, he'd be wrapped with the way he's doing his ruck work.
Cheerio to Mick Delaney, no doubt he'll be listening with his daughter's basketball for the Bendigo Braves. It's not why he's with us today. In under 9s, I think she might be playing in, so big basketball competition going down in Melbourne. So we've got a ball up here, back in the centre. Really good battle in the ruck. Caught a dead heat. Chris was able to knock it forward off the secondary tap, but it spills out to the advantage of the Dogs. Going through, Clough was taken straight away in the tackle. Ball bouncing around. Umpire prepared to let him play. Trying to emerge with the footy for the Bloods. Might be Nitschke. Might have even been Hayden Geddes at the bottom of that pack. Get another ball up. Clough just got boot to ball. Barely went 5 metres. Bloods will be able to get a clearing kick out of there. It'll go down the line. No mark taken defensively, but they can recover. Missed its intended target, though. That came from young Will Elliott. Bloods emerge with it. Hardingham over the top to Fallon. Fallon can kick another one. And he just misses. To the minor side. So that would take the score along to 4-1-25, playing 2-1-13. Which means it's an even 2-goal ball game here. Score sponsor is Bendigo City Framers. Picture Art Plus, local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Yes, I like this first quarter, as I said, of Hardingham. He's getting in and under, and he's certainly providing plenty of options for his teammates when he gets it.
Scobie plays on from fullback for the Dogs. Will bring it broadcast side and will kick it out of bounds on the full. Oh, it's fingertipper. Isn't it? Not quite out. McKenna just got his fingertips to it. It looked like it was going to go deep beyond the fence and then just held up. Sun shining here, not as cold as we thought it was going to be, Norm.
No, beautiful actually, sitting in the sun.
Just the wind is playing a little bit of havoc here. To the cricket net's end. And that's where we're situated now with the footy. Across half forward, crisp in the ruck over the top of Blake. Running onto it, nice whistles off, but couldn't quite gather it. Turnover, hurried handball over the top. A bit of ping pong going on as it just bounces around. Still at ground level now. 50 from home. Bloods in attack will have a stoppage ball up.
They're loving the endeavour of both sides today. They're both in and under. They're knocking the ball forward at all chances.
Another stoppage it'll be here. No, the umpire let it go. A lot of players around the footy ground level. Now it's all tied up, I would say. Umpire blows his whistle. And it will be a ball up. 25 playing 13. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live late in this opening term.
Another ball up here. Bloods would probably like another one with the advantage in this first quarter of the breeze. Haddo threw his head back and received his free kick.
Tell us what you really think.
He might have thrown his head back a little bit there, did Brody Haddo, but he receives the free kick. He's 60 metres, I reckon, out from goal. Is he going to have a crack at a barrel from here, Norm?
Why wouldn't you?
Well, that's exactly what he's going to do from about 60, and now we won't even talk about that. An absolute shank. Didn't make the distance, and it skews off the side of the boot and goes out of bounds on the floor, and the crowd let him know about it as well. So that is quarter time here at Harry Trott Oval in Kennington. South Bendigo 4-1-25, a 2-goal lead over Gisborne, 2-1-13, a good battle. Other games in Bendigo footy, the Dragons leading Broadford by 40 points. A 5-point lead to Eaglehawk over Golden Square. And it is Castlemaine leading Kangaroo Flat by 13 points. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Live Saturday afternoon local football. Only one station. Supporters know, coaches and players know. And you know, it's Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Steve Barty Gas is your local supplier of household, LPG cylinders, forklift, industrial and hospitality gases. They refill or exchange barbecue and camping cylinders and have a range of lubricants and greases. Steve Barty is a local bloke and has serviced Castlemaine and surrounding districts for over 40 years. For great service and competitive prices, contact Fresh sponsor Steve and the team on 5472 1262 or info@stevebartygas.com.au.
Bendigo Business Sponsor.
Bendigo parents, we'll keep you rolling. Go, Bendigo parents, we'll keep you rolling. Benefits will get you rolling quick. You can rely on us, we're the people we trust. Go, Bendigo parents, we'll keep you rolling.
Here is the picture. Picture Art Plus and Bendigo City Framers are now one business that offers you even greater opportunities. Enjoy the same fantastic staff and service that bring your innovative designs to life. You can frame your memories or explore other stunning artwork, plus wall art, framing options and convenient parking right at the door. Fresh sponsor, location at 80A Garsted Street, Bendigo, on the corner of Arthur Street. Got the picture?
Fire up for the footy with Don Footy Franks. Whether you're with family, friends or the matchday crew, nothing beats cheering on your team with a delicious Don Footy Frank in hand. Go straight down the middle with sauce and mustard or work it out wide with a bit of cheese and onion. Whatever your play, fresh and local sponsor Don Footy Franks are made for footy. Is Don, is good.
Everybody is always welcome at the Highland Society. Not just those in Tartan. In the sports bar, there's sport on the walls, a great selection of beers, or a great beer garden to relax in. It's why the Maryborough Highland Society is your total entertainment venue. Check out what's on at the Highland by downloading the Highland Society app. Fresh sponsor, the Maryborough Highland Society. Maryborough, of course.
Doing it for our community. Local first. Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Thanks to local footy sponsor, more live Bendigo football. And now, it's time to fire up delicious Don Footy Franks. They're made for the footy. Is Don, is good.
Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live, season 2026, round 2 of the Bendigo Football Netball League. South Bendigo leading Gisborne 4-1-25 to 2-1-13. Other games in Bendigo footy, Kangaroo Flat 2-3-15, Castlemaine 4-4-28, Eaglehawk 2-2-14, Gisborne 1-3-9 and Sandhurst 7-5-47. So Broadford yet to score. Quarter time scores thanks to Wayne Smith. It is Inglewood 2-2-14 leading Pyramid Hill 2 straight 12, and in the Heathcote Footy League, Mount Pleasant 4-6-30 leading Leachville Gumbel 1-1-7. The goal kickers in this game here at Harry Trott Oval, it is 2 goals to Josh Nitsky, a single to Jack Fallon and Anthony Zimmerman, while for the Bulldogs from Gisborne, Zach Denhei and Harry Luxmore, who took a really nice grab in the goal square to slot that goal through. Looking at the better players for the Gisborne Bulldogs this afternoon is Norm Jenkins.
Yes, look, I've got at this stage Braden Blake has been their best performer so far. He's playing a very sensible ruck game against the wind there. He dropped back in defence. He took 4 or 5 telling marks. McKenna also done very well. Be interesting to see whether he'll stay up that end with the wind this quarter and give Gisborne something else to kick to when they've got the wind. I like the way Luxmore presented up forward in that quarter. They didn't get the ball to him enough, but he showed enough for me that he's going to be dangerous later on. I also like the way Clough went about it on a wing, and Benaki have been very good. Copped a hard knock early. He's worn that off, gone back out and got plenty of the football.
I think you mentioned it during the game that Hardingham for the Bloods was going well, Norman. I agree with you. Big crisp in the ruck. I thought he's been competitive, albeit that Blake has had some influence for the Dogs. At times, Jack Fallon, I thought, has battled hard as a coach, and also Horbury's made his presence known a little bit. There's a couple that need to probably lift, I reckon, for the Bloods. Harvey, haven't seen much of him, and even though Zimmerman did start off like a bit of a train, I think he probably needs to get on his bike a bit if they're going to win this game convincingly.
Stephen Neville's been down at ground level. Steve, what's the messages coming out of the huddles?
So I just went over and listened to the Gisborne huddle a little bit. Their main message was just to keep the ball low, especially with the wind, both going against the wind and forward towards the wind. Also, they were instructed a bit, just putting on body contact and few blocks when the ball's just sitting up there in the breeze, because it's just hanging up there in the air.
Steve, you're a young player. You play a young man's game. What have you seen at ground level that we might not have seen up here in the truck?
Both teams I'm finding are actually spreading the ball very well across the ground, getting their switches on almost. The wind's probably helping with that slightly. That's probably all I'd have to say, yeah.
That's good enough for me,
yeah.
That's true. That's pretty
Definitely
good.
said good. I do think that the fact he made then about putting on a little bit of body contact, I reckon that might be aimed at a particular matchup, that they seem to be giving Brad Benaki a lot of work around the stoppages, so maybe just to get somebody to help him out, Norm.
And on the other side of the coin too, Gisborne are giving Harker a fair bit of a pounding when he gets the ball. In that quarter, centre clearances were 4-3 in favour of South Bendigo. Inside 50s, 15-8 in favour of South Bendigo. But the big one was turnovers. South Bendigo wasted the ball far too often, time and time again. They had 11. Gisborne forced 11 turnovers. South Bendigo only 9.
As the second quarter here at Harry Trott to get underway, here's John Hunter.
So Johnson didn't quite win it, but Blake did now for the Dogs. Long, high ball, spreads it wide. They've got the wind in this quarter. Denhei was the target. Then he butters up his ball, picks it up, and then gets tackled. Good defensive work. Bloods across half back. And we'll just tie it up. So it didn't take long, Norm, just 5 seconds for the wind to take effect, as in the Dogs, as Matt Cameron tapped it straight to the opposition in Benaki. Benaki only a 10-metre ball. Ball spills, might be a free kick. Matt Cameron said not guilty as he threw his arms up. And I reckon that was a delayed free kick, Norm.
Yeah, and they're the free kicks that I disagree with. The bloke burrows in and runs into an opposition player, which was what happened there. Shouldn't be a free kick. The bloke that's burrowing in is the one that's caused the free kick, not the bloke coming towards him. Matt Cameron was just standing there.
Yeah, he thought...
Out there. Bloods will bring it out. It's a drop mark though, unfortunately for South Bendigo, and it was Will Allen that dropped the mark, and then he was taken away in the tackle by McKenna, and that is a really bad letdown for Will Allen, and the free kick will be going to Pat McKenna, who's fourth. Well, he'll kick it 50 metres.
He'll kick it
almost directly in front with the breeze behind him. Distance will be no worries at all.
Now this will be good reward for for the Gisborne's early start to this second quarter.
So Pat McKenna, he'll come in, will have to kick all of 50 to 55 metres. Kicking towards the cricket net ends of the ground. He kicks through the footy, but he kicks it well and truly across the face, and it only just sneaks in for a minor score, so they've wasted a couple of early chances in this quarter, the Dogs.
They didn't allow for that breeze then. As you said, Cam, he kicked straight through it and hammered it straight towards goal. The breeze just took it across the face.
10-point lead to South Bendigo.
Horbury, the ex-coach, has come down from sunny Queensland to play with the Bloods for this year. You need to educate yourself too, Cam, and find out who Max Merritt is. As Horbury plays on for the Bloods, looks for Matt Cameron, who got caught deep. Front position was crisp. Then he gets tackled and brought to ground. Hare then butters it up, handballs it straight out of bounds, and it wasn't deliberate. He just threw it, put it over his shoulder. There's no lasso roll here in Bendigo footy, as we thought there may have been early in the season, but that's been discounted for this season at least. It's a rule I like too, so I hope they bring it in at some stage. It'll be Matt Cameron against Blake. Braden Blake of the Dogs. It's a wrestle. Matt Cameron strong on that occasion. And again, Benaki seems to be roving to big Matt Cameron. And in fact got a free kick on this occasion. Plays on quickly. He'll kick it to a lead. Pat McKenna, hands on footy, spills it. Luxmore's lurking. Need to be careful here, the Bloods. Brock Harvey, one of his few possessions, handballed it there to his teammate in Davis. Goes up the chimney. It just didn't gain any traction, any distance, comes off hands. Ball in attack. The Dogs, they trail 15, 10-point margin to the Bloods 25.
So it'll be interesting to see how South Bendigo handle this quarter. They've got to keep the ball low going into the wind and move it quick.
Well, the wind is causing some havoc here, as you can hear in our special effects mic. Matt Cameron will double fist it forward for the Bloods. Tracking after it, Harker will be hard up against the boundary line. They'll do well to see this one over. They all dive on top of it. Nothing coming. James Gray got the running suit on out there for Gisborne as well. Wouldn't they love to have him out there in the blue, red and white? He's wearing the all yellow get up for the runner. Cameron took it out of the ruck, dropped the footy. Handball forward, Dylan Johnson. Horbury back there for South Bendigo. They went without the footy and he's going to receive a free kick, but he actually instigated the contact then. So it was rather clever actually by Horbury there. Short pass was good. Haddo in the long sleeves again, as always. Short pass, English. He takes the mark. Centre of the ground here at Harry Trott. He can come wide if he wants to. He hasn't looked out wide. He's going to go short, dangerously short. Harker was able to make it look okay. He recovered. Missed its target down the line. Bloods will turn it over. Benaki emerges with the footy for Gisborne. High ball down towards the top of the 50. Mark taken here by diving Dominic Sullivan. He gets up, wheels it inside forward 50. Absolutely laces the pass out to a hard-running Pat McKenna, who marks on his chest. And as a forward, you wouldn't like that to come up any better.
No, and as I suggested at quarter time, or during the first quarter, McKenna down back against the wind and up forward with the wind.
Seems to be a player that just will park himself at one end of the ground and play at that end for the whole day. I noticed he did that a few times last year as well, Norm.
Yeah, well, the quality player he is, he's got the experience.
And he's got the experience and he's got the goal on the board as he slots it. So Pat McKenna gets his first of the afternoon after a couple of looks at it. And it is now Gisborne. They bring it back. It is 4-1-25. The Bloods 3-3-21, a 4-point margin. Gisborne's score sponsor is Picture Art Plus. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Yes, Gisborne, they've come to play in this second quarter. They've had control of the football. It hasn't gone past the centre so far for South Bendigo. And for South Bendigo, they've got to take note now. They've got to steady the flow going against them and take a bit of control and have a bit of presence on the football.
Sandhurst lead by 47 to zip at the QEO, so not as bad as we thought it might be at this stage. Niski wins the ball from the middle for the Bloods. As he's tackled, as he's kicked the foot in, it spills wide. Zimmerman with a little touch towards the boundary line, his first for a little while, as in fact he ran out of space and time, and it's going to be a ball in. True centre wing. Umpire will throw it in. Matt Cameron against Blake. Big crowd in front of the club rooms. Matt Cameron using his body. It's probably a dead heat in the scheme of things on that occasion. Zimmerman tries to make a path. Also Haddo getting a bit overzealous. Really, they're touching up Dylan Johnson. Have you noticed that, Norm?
Yes.
It's Haddo on him. Blake wins the tap to his feet on that occasion. Hurried little handball to Merritt. Merritt gets collared. Stoppage. Another ball up.
That's better from South Bendigo. They've put a bit of stoppage on the football, stopped Gisborne from going forward quick.
Knock down. Knock forward here for the Bloods. Gisborne have got the numbers of defence. They'll handball it backwards to Will Elliott. He'll handball forward. Now they work it up towards centre wing position. And they'll see it over the boundary line. Dylan Johnson involved in that passage of play.
Yes, they deserve better than that then. Benaki had the nous to handball the ball back behind and give them the slingshot over the top.
Sun shining here at Harry Trott Oval in Kennington. A good game of footy as well. 4-point lead to the to South Bendigo. Cameron got first tap down on it. Evans was in there. Nitschke went through for the blood. Somehow managed to get boot to ball. It's knocked forward for the Dogs. Coming out. Good handball backwards. Harry Thomas picks up the footy. Missed its intended target, but it might work out okay. Now they can emerge. It bounced around. Zarafa. He's got some pace, the young fella. Sends it inside forward 50, and Denhei marks it. He was in front. Might have been two hands on the footy from both players there, Norm. I'm seeing you shake your head.
Oh, what that was South Bendigo bloke had that in his hands and it fell down onto Denhei's chest.
Well, I thought that maybe it might have been called play on, but Denhei, it always does tend to go to the player in front, so he'll reap the rewards. He quickly goes for goal from 40 metres out and slots the goal. Gisborne lead. The first time in the day, Gisborne hit the front. They now move the score to 4-3-27. South Bendigo haven't scored yet this quarter as we're approaching the midway point. They're 4-1-25. Score sponsor is Parsons Towings in Castlemaine.
Now, it's great to see Zach getting out there and kicking goals. He ended up with the football then, was given the mark, and I've watched him from when he was a kid to now, and he's certainly improved, and he's made for the big time here in the BFNL. That was his second goal of the day.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Norm.
I know that song.
Must have been when you were kissing me, so you'd want to get rid of that beard if it was me, don't you worry. And that cold pie you had from half-time in the reserves as Benaki tries to win it out of the middle. I'm talking about the bit that's sitting on your chin, Norm. And up in Norm's chin as we go back here to Big Mac Cameron. Ball spills into the middle. Blood's under pressure. Man with the footy was Harker. Managed to give it to Cameron. Cameron spread it wide to Hardingham, who's been good this afternoon.
The neck, over the shoulder.
Gets one. Is it one down field? No, you've got to bring it back.
Back over the shoulder. It was in the act of kicking.
Not much of him. He's on the wing. Looked to give it off by hand and then decided against it. He'll go long inside forward 50. Mark was dropped and should have been taken by Carnell. Then he butted up. Now it's the Bloods. Will they win possession? They will through Horbury. Horbury looked at his off, then decided against it. He kicked it and it almost went backwards in the breeze. Benaki dropped the mark he should have taken for the Dogs. Then went to the back door to try to find Thomas and couldn't. And they just sneak it for a rush behind. So it is now a 1 point margin. It's the Dogs they lead here now. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Dogs will bring it into play. It's Benaki. It's got the kick-in duties. He'll go short. Short pass to Riley Evans on debut for the Dogs. Marks it right in front of the scoreboard here at Harry Trott. Evans will come down the line. Short pass. Trying to jump up in front of it there was Hannon. He knew pressure was coming from behind, but he did well. Bloods have worked it forward though. Spills out. Cody Brooks will send it up towards the top of the 50. Shallow pass, and we're going to get a possession here. It's gone well and truly out of bounds on the full. And the kick there came from Riley Evans of Gisborne, so out of bounds on the full. He'll come man the mark right in front of us here in our broadcast position.
And young Jack English is wearing Benaki like a glove at present, and was right on him then as he had that kick.
It's Brooks that's got possession. Short pass, good. Fallon takes the mark. So Fallon has it. 60 out from goal. About 10 in from us on our broadcast position. He'll wheel around onto the left. Tries to send a cute ball inside forward 50. No mark in defence. Denhei's playing defensively for the Dogs. He couldn't take it. Spills to ground. We'll have a ball up just inside forward 50.
Just go to show, Norm, how hard it is to hit goals against the Breeze.
Yes, true there, John. You've got to keep the ball going low into your forward 50.
We do. Harker headed out. Zimmerman will bang it towards the top of the goal square. It doesn't go very far. It just goes straight up in the air. Breeze might have caught that one and brought it back because it went so high up in the air. Skewed off the side of the boot. Brooks's kick might work out, and it does. A mark 35 out directly in front of goal for Jake Rusbridge.
Yeah, great body work there by Jake. He positioned himself between the Gisborne defender and the football and was able to take an easy chest mark.
Wouldn't get forward and kick too many goals, Jake Rusbridge.
He got it aimed towards the right goal post.
40 out directly in front of goal. Breeze behind him. And he puts it through for a minor score to the left-hand side. So he misses out. And now that should level things up here at Harry Trott. 4-3-27 apiece.
Sandhurst, 10 goals and a bit over Broadford, 61 points at the QEO. As Vescovi on the end of a handball now, kicks it long for the Dogs. Goes a long way, comes to the back of the pack. Running onto the footy, trying to find space. There was Horbury, couldn't win it though, the Bloods. This is Brooks. Brooks, short pass. Not sure if he meant for Haddo on that occasion. It went beyond him. They've still got the numbers on the end of a handball now. It's Crisp. Crisp and worm-burning kick. Zimmerman picks it up neatly. Then Salts and Candy. And then an inside-out tumbling. I don't know what it was, but it's going to be a goal. No. A point.
That would have been his second long goal for the day.
It was spearing towards goal and just darted off at the last moment. And that almost evens up the score. In fact, it takes them to a point in front of the Bloods.
It does. Vescovi bring the ball in out of defence and he hits the short pass here. Sullivan, defensive side of his 50. Sullivan's kick was, well, pretty much pinpoint perfect to Lucas Carnell. So Carnell takes the mark. He's going to come short to pretty much where we're standing in our broadcast position. Mark taken here by Campbell Johns. So Johns has got it. Centre wing position. Outer side of the ground, Johns will go backwards where he'll find Harry Thomas. Thomas takes the mark. Looks to go central and open up the game. The kick was good. And the mark is taken by Ryan Burke, who's dead smack in the middle of Harry Trott. He wheels around, bangs it inside forward 50, almost fell for Benaki. Got to the back where McKenna was standing, and McKenna snaps the goal. 20 in from the boundary. Pat McKenna slots his second. And Gisborne get the lead back. They lead this game by 5 points. A good game of footy here at Harry Trott Oval in Kennington. Score sponsor, Bendigo City Flamers. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live. 4-4-28 plays 5-3-33.
Yes, good passage of play there. Benaki made that goal because he positioned himself, edged the south player under, and then it was a good quick kick forward out of the pack then that found McKenna, who just wheeled around and kicked an easy goal.
So, back here, Harry Trott here. Doing the ruck work on this occasion was Carnell for the Dogs. Tapped it to Clough. Clough will go inside forward 50. Now it's the Bloods under pressure. Good strong tackling. Braden Blake did well, the big ruckman. Will he be rewarded? He won't. Against Cameron. Running, making a path was Johnson. Cute little handball over the top. Good strong tackling. I thought Zarafa was out. Now it's a hurry kick towards goal. The Dogs deep in attack. They'll share around here, the Bloods, and I don't know if they meant to put it through for a point, but that's where we got in the end. That takes it to 5-4-34 to 4-4-28.
Aubrey wastes no time bringing the kick in, hits the short pass to Haddo. Haddo works it down the line. Mark taken, now they're away. Down the broadcast side wing, Matt Cameron going back with the flight. Couldn't quite take the mark, knocked away from him. Picked up nicely here for the Dogs by Evans. Evans handballs off, he gets the 1-2 with Carnell before he chips it down. He finds Clough. Luxmore prevents the lead. He takes the mark. 70 out from goal. Luxmore's been good. He's just going to steady. Hits the top of the 50 looking for Braden Blake, but the kick didn't have enough on it and intercept and standing in the hole was Zach Hare for the Bloods. He takes the mark. Oh, he went looking for Harker. He didn't quite find him because it was knocked away from the Dogs. Good defence by Sullivan, but the Bloods are able to make it look okay. Matt Cameron fended off a tackle. Gave it to Hardingham. Hardingham to Harker. Now over the top to Nathan Kay. Gets to 50. Lowers the eyes and hits the pass inside forward 50. Terrific play, Bloods. And it was a magnificent kick from Nathan Kay, and it really meant nothing else but an uncontested mark for Cohen Balnaves, 40 out directly in front.
Yes, better play from South Bendigo then. They used the handball, they ran well, and as you say, Kay at the end lowered his eyes, saw the short pass and chipped it. Balnaves now aimed for the right-hand goalpost.
40 out directly in front. To tie the game up here at Harry Trott, Balnaves, he puts it across the face, and that's the third set shot we've seen float to the left-hand side of goal in this quarter. So a good passage of play, doesn't get rewarded here. 5-point lead to Gisborne.
Quarter time, North Central, Donald 2-1, trail Bort 3-3. Back at Harry Trott, it's Vescovi, he's got possession on the half-back flank, kicks it, short pass forward to Benaki in the middle, defensive side of the middle in fact. Now Benaki will go, McKenna, geez, it was a nice pass, it didn't quite hit him. Still at 50 now, the Dogs, ball spills to the Bloods, they're screaming for it, Rusbridge is brought down, and in fact it's going to be a free kick. Might be, I've made him know about it. It is, so it'll be the Dogs. Good contest in Clough, Shane Clough. It's a long way from goal. Decides he's going to have a ping, I think. Matt Cameron's on the goal line, so he's going to have to kick it a couple of metres higher if he goes that direction. In fact, he tries to hit up McKenna. I don't think it was a good option, Norm, because he had 3 Bloods opponents just hanging off him.
No, that's true, but in the end he made the right decision. He just overcooked the kick a little bit, and that shows his VFL experience. He's one of Gisborne's boys that's aligned to a VFL club.
Left-hand forward pocket. Up at the cricket net's end of the ground here. Young umpire's throw-in was shallow. Crisp got there first, knocked it back towards the boundary line. Clough kept it alive to Johnson. Johnson will snap it towards goal and put it through for a minor score. So that increases the Bulldogs' lead here. 5-5-35 playing 4-5-29.
Got it, the Bloods in the back half. It's been a good contest. Fallon goes long to the wing. They'll set themselves. Good strong mark. Crisp gives it off by hand to Turnbull. Turnbull short. Zimmerman. That wasn't the required distance, I wouldn't have thought. It got one too high. Maybe lucky. Ryan Burke was overzealous for the Dogs.
Still over him now.
Like a cheap suit. Zimmerman
playing very well. There's young Ryan.
Yep, Zimmerman's been quiet. Now he goes. Oh, drop mark there. Should have been taken by Harker in my book. He was good enough. Gives it off to Brooks. Brooks now gave it to a teammate in Haddo. Haddo goes goalwards, curling, spinning ball. And it bounces through for a minor score. So that goes to 4-6-30. To 5-4-34. The Dogs lead by 5 points. In fact, it is 5-5.
We're in for a good game here. Harry Thomas will bring the kick in, but he misses his target in Clough, but it actually might have been intended for Carnell, so it worked out okay. Carnell's handball was okay, had to go back for a second effort, dropped the ball as he was tackled. Harker in there for the Bloods, couldn't quite take it. They try and emerge with it. Free kick's being pulled going the way of South Bendigo.
Yep.
Umpire pointed the wrong way initially, I think, there, so it'll be a free kick to Harker. He'll chip the pass. Haddo marks it. 55 out. Not sure what he's liking his chances here, Haddo. He's looking rather low. Could make the distance, no worries. Eventually he's just going to send it to the top of the goal square. Needs a fly. It's Vescovi that didn't quite take the mark. Zimmerman lurking at ground level, couldn't quite take the mark. Or the ball, I should say, and it's knocked through for a must behind.
Yes, that should have been an easy clearance for Gisborne there. 2 players went up and spoiled each other and brought the ball to ground, which gave Zimmerman the option.
Gisborne by 4 points as we approach half-time.
Vescovi plays on from fullback, brings the broadcast side. The near side, Denhei was the target, but it goes beyond him and beyond everybody. It goes out of bounds.
Castlemaine responding at Dower Park, 7-7-49 to the Roos, 2-5-17. They've kicked 6 goals in a row, Castlemaine.
Umpire to throw it in, Big Mac Cameron. Up he goes in the ruck. That goes beyond the ruckman, and now Cameron, he laboured after a little bit. He's a big man. He had support by Davies. Davies for the Bloods inside forward 50. But it will be the Dogs who rebound through Burke. Burke will spread it wide to the outer side. Hits up Werner. Werner now. Short pass is effective. Sullivan. Sullivan turns and goes to half forward. Good build up here. Good strong mark. Might be 50. I reckon it is, isn't it?
No.
Just paid the mark.
Boy, oh boy, that was lucky.
Yeah, and you can't play on from a mark. That's why he was called back.
You're not allowed to play on from a mark? What do you mean you can't play from a mark?
Another player can't pick the ball up and play on.
Oh, right, advantage. I was going to say, what are you talking about, Norm? It's Merritt with the footy now. He goes long. A juggling mark is being claimed by McKenna. Umpire agrees and says, you can have this. And he's only a couple of metres in from the boundary line. The distance won't be a problem. He's only 35 from goal.
Yes, if a mark's been paid, the ball hits the ground, your teammate can't take advantage.
Yeah, oh no, I understood that. I thought you were suggesting you can't play on.
No.
McKenna for his third. Experienced goal kicker. Kicking with the breeze. To the cricket net's end here at Harry Trott Oval. Geez, he stabbed at it. And just from that stab, I reckon they're going to get another
kick to Michael Braden Blake here, I would say.
No, it wasn't Blake. Who was it, Norm? What you see?
Gisborne player was upended.
Johnson
Johnson upended.
And I'll tell you what, he put a bit of mayo on it, Cam.
he's been copying it though, has Dylan Johnson. That seems to be a real instructive from South Bendigo to really get into Dylan Johnson.
So the story is that Johnson was standing 40 out from goal directly in front, and as soon as that ball was kicked, he got shoved into the chest, and he just went horizontally onto his back and just thudded to the ground. That's what happened.
Make sure the umpire's seen it, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's mayo on it. There was mayo on it for sure. But it doesn't matter if there's mayo on it. I suppose if the offence is there, the offence is there. Let's see what he does with the kick, and he kicks it. Oh! So they needed that one there. 6-6-42, that'll take it to 4-6-30. We're midway through this second term. Score sponsor Parsons telling local footy the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Yes, Dylan Johnson, he's aligned to Footscray in the VFL, and he showed all his experience there with that free kick. Got a bit of a shove, ended up on his back and got the free kick. Did it right in front of the umpire. That's the place to be.
Eagle Hawk 5-2-32 to Golden Square 1-3-9. As we're back in the middle, Matt Cameron couldn't quite get a fist on it. Picked up by Nitschke. He'll bang it inside forward 50. Oh, coming in, Alexander Smith. Ralph hit the pack hard. And, well, he gave away a free kick because the Gisborne player there really uncontestedly bunged off it was Riley Evans, who sends it wide. Bloods can cough it up, though. They'll get it out wide. They'll send it inside forward 50 from Hare. Smith. Ralph might get a chance to redeem himself. Gave away the free kick, and now he takes the mark inside forward 50 off a wobbly ball inside forward 50 from Zach Hare. And he'll line them up. 10 in from the boundary. Right-hand forward pocket. Netball court's side of the ground here at Harry Trott. And this to bring it back to a 5-point margin if he can kick truly. Tough kick from there, though, Norm.
It is a tough kick from there, but all he's got to do is aim the ball at the right-hand goal post and let the breeze take it through.
Last three set shots at this end have gone to the left. What will happen this time? This one goes to the right, and he really kicks through it. Didn't allow the breeze to do its thing with that particular kick. 4-8-32, South Bendigo 6-6-42, Gisborne a 10-point lead as we approach half-time. Score sponsor Jason Westcott Builder.
Vescovi plays on from fullback for the Dogs. He's kicked it beyond the centre after playing on. Then it bounces to half forward. It bounces inside forward 50 from one kick. Johnson runs onto it for the Dogs, and he's tackled strongly. That was good by Fallon. And he receives a free kick, but geez, that was nearly end-to-end in one kick, Norm.
It
was.
Should be
52, actually.
It was an excellent kick in. I mean, Vescovi took the chance with no South Bendigo players near the goal square to play on, had a bounce and then kick long.
Fallon kicks it long and high. Geez, it's pushed against in the breeze, that's for sure. Ground level, Dogs will win it now. It's with Zarafa. Zarafa sweeping handball to Brian Cazziano, and then they just hit up, of course, Pat McKenna, who's been prominent down there, Norm, and he's causing them some headaches.
No, he is, and this is his rightful end of the ground, but his experience was certainly used by Robbie Waters in the first quarter to play him down back, and now he's reaping the rewards up forward.
Kicking through his third. Feels like he should have kicked more. He's kicked two behinds at least that I recall, but kicks his third and slots it through. Score sponsor Bendigo City Frame as local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live. That takes the Dogs to 7-6-48 to 4-7-31. They just extend the lead here, the Dogs.
Yeah, the difference in the game today has been the forward 50 entries, and in this quarter Gisborne's had 11, and out of that they've got 5 goals. In the first quarter South Bendigo had 15 and only got 4 goals.
Castlemaine really stomping away from Kangaroo Flat now, 9-8-62 to 2-6-18 at Dower Park. Dragons by 68 points over Broadford at the QEO as we're back here at Harry Trott. Gisborne getting a little bit of control in this game. High tackle trying to merge with the footy there with Brand Castellano. So he receives the free kick. He'll go wide. Mark taken Thomas. Thomas will go down the line. Now they can look to send it inside forward 50. It'll come from Evans, knocked off hands out of bounds, boundary throwing 50 out from goal. 7-6-48 plays 4-8-32 in favour of Gisborne here at Harry Trott. They've been really good in this second quarter, Johnny Hunter.
It just clouded over. Sun's gone in. They're in the forward zone here, the Dogs. Up they go in the ruck. Matt Cameron against Luxmore. Hurried kick out of the pack now by the Dogs. Denhei was the target. Pat McKenna's there. Might get one for too high here. I thought the umpire was going to blow his whistle, but Norm, I reckon he just fell into it on that occasion, just ducked his knees.
Yeah, I think you're right there, and the umpire's giving him the benefit of the doubt. That's usually a free kick if you get tackled after it slips down from the shoulder.
Now it's across half forward still. Handball slews out there to Evans. He'll lose the footy. Offering support was Rudgeby to the Dogs, but it's now the Dogs. They'll come again on the end of a handball. Johns, he'll go short pass. He was looking for Denhei, he couldn't find him. Might be a mark to the Bloods. There's a big Matt Cameron down there will take a free kick.
Terrific grab from Matt Cameron going up against it there. Denhei made him earn it as well. We'll come down the broadcast side wing here. Blake flew late, off hands, bottom of the pack, and there's about 10 players around this one, and the umpire lets it go. Eventually says we'll ball it up. Pretty good crowd in attendance here at Harry Trott Oval as well. Round 2 from the Bendigo Footy League. South Bendigo and Gisborne. Knockdown, crisp. Zimmerman's in there for the Bloods, trying to find a way through there all around this one. And we'll have another ball up. We'll try for a third time from this same stoppage. Crisp got to the front, tapped it down. Evans was laying the tackle. As soon as he picked up the footy there, it was Harker. We'll try again for a fourth time. Crisp's down. Aubrey taken by Benaki. We'll take 5. See if you can get us out of here, Johnny. The ball has not moved in the last probably minute and a half from that one spot.
No, it hasn't. It's 48 playing 32. Dogs in control here at Harry Trott Oval. Deep into the second term. Almost a scrum as the umpire blows his whistle and says we'll ball it up. Up they'll go. Blake uses his strength, tapped it to Benaki. Benaki gathered with one hand and went round the body, and it was ineffective. Fell and dropped a mark he should have taken. Good support by Haddo. Picked it up, then puts it up to the wing. Alexander Smith overran the footy. Now it'll spill. Contest ground level. Zimmerman there. He won't take possession of the footy. A little bit of tunnel ball. Good soccer off the ground there by Balnaves of the Bloods. Puts a Challo inside forward 50. Strong tackling Dogs. They'll win it off half back and bring it back the other way.
Ryan Burke, the handball's off. Now they can emerge with the footy. They'll look to go central in the Blake direction. Chris floated in front and took the mark though. An important intercept grab because the Dogs are away to the races there. Chris takes the mark. He's 65 out, well, he's 70 out from goal. He's not even going to attempt to have a shot.
Against the wind, I wouldn't think.
Launch a barrel, Crispy. Have a go. Decides against it. Throws the ball to the umpire. And that will be half-time here at Harry Trott Oval. I would have liked to have seen him just for the theatrics to have a ping then, Johnny. You give him a 1% chance?
None against the Breeze. That Breeze is a 6-goal Breeze. None.
Oh,
would have went straight up the chimney, I reckon.
10-9-69, Sandhurst, no score. Broadford in the other games. Golden Square 139, Eaglehawk 4-8-32. Castlemaine 9-8-62 to Kangaroo Flat 2-6-18. And here at Harry Trott it is half-time. 7-6-48 plays 4-8-32. A very good game of footy and an important second half to come here for both of these teams. It's only round 2, but it does feel like there's a lot riding on this game, especially if you're a South Bendigo supporter. That's half time here at Harry Trott Oval. Plenty more to come on local footy, the place you want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Live Saturday afternoon local football. Only one station. Supporters know, coaches and players know. And you know, it's Bendigo's Fresh FM.
From the station that loves to call local football, celebrating 40 years, we have no fear. We put our local champions on the air, right here. Bendigo football, returning in 2026, with your exciting calling mix, and with Johnny Hunter, there's no risk. Cameron Power brings the heat, while Jackson Saunders has the beat. At Fresh we are celebrating 40 years of Bendigo football every every Saturday or Bendigo. The football is put together by Glenn Gordon in the studio and ground technician Ray Pinner. We are local football's best friend. We stay till the end. Celebrating 40 years. Bendigo's fresh. Celebrating 40 years. Bendigo's fresh. Celebrating 40 years. Bendigo's fresh. Celebrating 40 years. Bendigo's fresh.
Experience the serenity of the Moon Balinese Massage and Spa Castlemaine. From therapeutic massage to relaxation, positive energy healing and Balinese massage with full body hot stones. Fresh sponsor the Moon Balinese Massage and Spa can balance your body and energy, reduce stress, improve circulation whilst promoting deep relaxation and well-being. Discover a touch of Bali at the Moon Balinese Massage and Spa. Book online or go to 184 Barker Street, Castlemaine. Private health insurance available.
Fire up for the footy with Don Footy Franks. Whether you're with family, friends or the matchday crew, nothing beats cheering on your team.
You know what's better than a Big Four bank?
A bank that's bigger for me. Bigger for making my money work harder.
And helping my business make it.
Bigger for helping us to buy a home.
Bigger for the community I care about.
My bank is bigger for what matters most.
As one of Australia's most trusted banks, millions of Aussies know that Bendigo Bank is bigger for them.
And we're bigger for you.
Bendigo Bank, the better big bank.
My name is Daniel Bowman. I'm a cladding supplier. The company name is Architectural Cladding Suppliers. We manufacture, produce basically any cladding sort of available that can be rolled out of a soft feed colour bond material. We target roofers, cladders, builders, really anyone that wants to sort of get involved with this type of cladding. We try to be a bit of a one-stop type roofing shop. We have all of them and some that the others don't have. We educate people how it's done and we sort of get it out there and make it happen.
G'day everyone, I'm the Suburban Footballer and I'm here to tell you to download the Local Footy Hub app. Inside this one-stop app, you will find live scores, fixtures, ladders, leading goal kickers and best players, game replays and highlights, latest news, player and coach interviews, shows, podcasts, and full team and player statistics. Actually, can I stop you just there for a sec? It says for all your team and individual stats. Like just for argument's sake, if someone at my work got on the app, could they see how many possessions I'd had the week before? Oh, they can. Oh, I reckon, like, do you really need that? Footy's a team sport. Who cares about individual statistics? I reckon the rest of the app is great, can't fault it. But just get rid of that individual statistics bit. I mean, who cares? Download the Local Footy Hub app. Everything you need, all in one app, including individual stats.
Are you looking to promote your business? This could be a great way to reach the local footy community. How do we get your name out there? We can provide banner and native advertising in our news feeds and socials, reaching thousands of people every week. We can run video ads before every game replay that gets watched by thousands of people each week. We can run promotional videos like this one about your business during quarter time breaks for all of our live stream games. Contact us now to find out how you can book a trial.
Has for more than 35 years broadcasted local live footy. Please support the local businesses that you hear during this broadcast, as it's local businesses that support your community football. After local band Darkside's weekend song, we'll return with more live Bendigo football.
Getting down in open highways, those that sing and those that find, hidden fuse by their knees. Same cold shivers, racing down my spine. Every watch that I remember, I slip into the afternoon, waiting for the weekends to come round.
for our community. Local first. Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Thanks to local footy sponsor, more live Bendigo football. And now, it's time to fire up delicious Don Footy Franks. They're made for the footy. Is Don, is good.
5:26, well, local fresh footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live. Radio Live 101.5 FM across Central Victoria, online on the Community Radio Plus and TuneIn Radio apps. Local footy is the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live from Harry Trott Oval, Gisborne and South Bendigo, and it is Gisborne 7-6-48, leading South Bendigo 4-8-32. Across the other games in Bendigo football, Sandhurst 10-9-69, leading Broadford, who haven't registered a score at the QEO. Eagle Hawk 4-8-32 to Golden Square 1-3-9. Kangaroo Flat 2-6-18, Castlemaine 9-8-62. Myself, Cam Power, John Hunter, Norm Jenkin and Stephen Neville bringing you all the action here from Harry Trott Oval. Norm Jenkin, before I touch on this game, I want to mention the QEO game. No score from Broadford, but 69 points is probably a little bit better than what some were thinking heading into the game.
Well, that's a lot better than what it was over Broadford when they played South Bendigo a fortnight ago. I think it was nearly 100 points at half time.
It was over 100 points at half time.
Yeah, so they've certainly improved in those 2 weeks from where they were, and that'll give them plenty of confidence that, as Nathan Thompson said to us, the scoreboard's irrelevant this year. It's a matter of how the players improve, what they do on the ground, and how they go week by week. And it sounds as though that they've improved probably 70 or 80% on what they did against South Bendigo first game of the year.
There's some big injury news during the week, Johnny, out of Sandhurst as well. Cooper Smith and Dayton Ureta will be missing for a large percentage of this season.
Both of them.
Both big losses. So,
due to what?
Well, Cooper Smith ended up with a bit of a, I don't know if I can, a punctured lung was the story that I heard from him, so he'll be out for quite a few weeks. And Dayton Ureta with the ankle injury that we saw, not sure on the severity of that one, but yeah, we certainly want to throw our wishes out to Cooper Smith as well after we heard about that during the week. Pretty severe injury to him, so hopefully he's doing well, the Sandhurst captain.
And that's a blow to Johnny's VFL Bombers too, with Dayton going down because he's listed with the Bombers, and the only reason he played last week for Eagle Hawk is the Bombers didn't have a game.
So here at Harry Trott, 4-8-32 to 7-6-48. The goal kickers in this game of footy, it is 2 goals to Jed Denhei, 1 to Dylan Johnson and Harry Luxmore. Pat McKenna's kicked 3. He could have kicked 6 or 7. He's got 3 goals, 2 and 1 out of bounds on the floor as well. Well, for South Bendigo, 2 goals to Josh Nitschke, both in the first quarter. Jack Fallon and Anthony Zimmerman with the other goals. Better players for the Gisborne Bulldogs. Norm Jenkin, you're also going to be looking after our Bendigo City Framers Picture Art Plus $100 voucher sponsors award. So no doubt some of these players mentioned might be in with a chance at that at the end of the game.
Yes, we could throw a blanket over 5 or 6 Gisborne players that have been out there, and they've been in the game from the start right through, and the likes of Benaki. Burke came into it in that quarter, had a good first quarter but had an excellent second quarter. Also Evans saw a lot more of it that quarter than the first quarter. Braden Blake, once again, he's doing very well in the ruck up against the 2 big blokes in Crisp and Cameron. Johnstone, like Evans, both VFL listed players came into it, and McKenna. Doesn't matter whether he goes down back to stop the opposition or whether he goes forward and kicks goals. He was very good for Gisborne.
And Norm, you might want to comment on this as well, because I don't think that the Bloods played that well in that quarter. It was very difficult picking better players, and I thought really that the better ones on that occasion, I thought Jack Fallon has battled pretty hard, the co-coach for the Bloods. Crisp and the big ruckman Matt Cameron also, they have they battled hard as well, and maybe Brooks, but yeah, the rest of them, at times there's been a few that have stuck their head up, but overall I don't think they've had the consistency to win this game.
Well, they had 9 inside 50s, and with those 9 inside 50s they got 7 behind, so they just couldn't find the big opening in the scoreboard. So they've got to remain forward, and they've got to remain confident and get the ball forward. They had 4 centre clearances to Gisborne's 2. Gisborne had 12 inside 50s for their 5 goals, 5. Now, an excellent effort from Gisborne there. Only 2 or 3 times they went in where they didn't score a goal. So, yeah, it's a tale of 2 stories. It's what you do with the wind, which both sides around about even, 4-1 and 5-5, but Gisborne 2-1 in the first quarter. a lot better than South Bendigo's 07.
I don't know. Did you hear voices?
I just heard voices. I had no clue who was speaking yet. Could not tell. The doors were locked for the first few minutes and they were just unloading. It's very hard to make out what was being said. I did hear a bit on them being accountable for themselves as players and not just being so selfish. And then when they finally opened the doors, there was a lot of just telling them to lock in, and yeah, there's a lot of talent there in the South Bendigo boys. So yeah.
Good old-fashioned spray, is that what we're hearing is coming out of South Bendigo?
Yes. That's something that your generation doesn't like, Cam, if they get a spray generally.
I like it.
You like it?
I used to hear it every week. I reckon when I played, the coach would come to me at half-time and
footy, cricket, school, home.
Oh, I'd probably get it. The runner would come out to me and give me one when I was on the field most weeks. And the ball's up the other end, I haven't done anything.
And then I give you a spray in the commentary box every now and again to get your structures right. Gee whiz.
I'm not immune to a spray. And let's see how South Bendigo respond off the back of that, because I agree with you. I don't think they would have felt that they played very well at all that quarter.
No. And Zimmerman, one that sticks to mind. I know he's been wearing a tag, but a player like him's got to expect a tag, Cam.
Well, I don't think I've actually called Brock Harvey's name yet either.
No.
Brock's been very quiet today. 2 or 3 touches that quarter, but first quarter when he should have been out on a lead and South should have been lowering their eyes, as I said in that first quarter. They bombed it in forward instead of lowering their eyes.
He's a bit of a barometer for South Bendigo. Zach Hare's been quiet for his usual standards, the 2 Davies. So there's plenty of names on that South Bendigo side. Nathan Kay, big recruit. I hardly called him.
Brock Harvey's going to have to, if they're going to win the flag without Antonowitz or make a dent in the finals, they're going to have to. He's going to have to really find his place. So we'll bring you some more score updates very shortly as we get this underway. The third term. It is 7-6-48. The Dogs, they live 4-8-32. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's fresh live. Here's Cam Power.
Back in the middle here at Harry Trott. The Dogs will try and work it forward straight out of the middle. Clough goes after it. Have a ball up. Half-time score, Loddon Valley, Pyramid Hill 5-5-35, Inglewood 3-3-21. English in there for the Bloods. Knock forward, Bulldogs. Sending it to the top of the goal square. Denhei will come out after it. He picks it up. Will look to spin backwards. Handball off. Little bit of space to find the short pass there. Came from Werner. Missed his kick. Wind picking up here at Harry Trott. Bouncing around inside forward 50. No real clean possession. We'll have a ball up.
Somebody running through the back of the truck or
feels like
an elephant or something.
Feels like it. Also half-time, Heathcote League, Mount Pleasant 7-9-51, Leachville Gumbau 4-3-27.
So it's the Dogs in attack to the Neil Street end, which is the non-scoring end stoppage. I've worked out why Paul Wicks has gone missing, not sending us scores. He backs for Melbourne, that's why. But we are looking for some scores at that Harcourt game, so if anyone is out there listening, if you could send it to my mobile, which many of you are privy to, as the ball, it's an up and under kick. Denhei hands on the footy for the Dogs. Bloods, they'll win it. Oh, good strong tackling. Umpire lets it go. Hurry kick by McKenna's smothered. He's playing forward down there, Norm. Ball into the middle now for the Bloods. Will they whistle on play? Free kick. It'll go to Blake, the big ruckman.
So Braden Blake, 60 out from goal.
Yes, interesting, Robbie Waters, putting McKenna back forward now that Gisborne have got the lead after an excellent first half.
Doesn't like his chances. He'll send it into the pocket. Goes in the direction of Denhei. Couldn't quite take the mark. Spills to ground level. Bloods will come through. Picked up, trying to work his way through his young Kobe Zarafa in his debut game. He's had moments as well. We'll have a ball up just inside forward 50. Compose yourself, Johnny. A little bit of excitement going on here.
I know we don't usually read AFL scores, but I'm almost tempted. I'll tell you what.
I'd rather you didn't. Ball up inside forward 50.
It's been 12 months.
Bloods will emerge out to Horbury. Horbury goes backwards. Nathan Kay will clear the kick out of defence for the Bloods. In the direction of a teammate in James Davies. Just carried over his head. Dogs will handball their way out of trouble. Ryan Burke was knocked off the footy. Bloods are doing everything just to keep this ball moving forward. They do just that, and then eventually it hits a pack where they all dive on top of it. But the Dogs have managed to actually spill this one out. It emerges to Evans. Lockie Evans hugs the boundary. down the line, no mark taken, hits the bottom of the pack. Luxmore fires out the handball forward, trying to find a way through here. Is Zarafa again? He's been busy to start the third quarter. Come out towards Sullivan, looking for space. No clean handball. Wind is playing all sorts of troubles here. Clough will bang it towards the top of the goal square. It's picked up there by Alex Davies, was taken down, dropped the footy. Maybe a suggestion for holding the ball there. Not coming. Ball up inside forward 50.
Well, there's no attempt in it now. You must get foot to ball if you're going to attempt to kick.
Ball up, stoppage. Chris grabs it out of the air. He is tackled. Lucky not to be pinged. Hurried kick out of the pack by Kay of the Bloods, who's been quiet as well. Now it's a kick short by Hannon. It was a bullet pass, and he spotted it up. And it looks like Zarafa again has had another go at it.
Yeah, it is.
It's been good for the Dogs, been amongst their best.
Has been very good. I mean, we were told he was lightly framed, but he wouldn't be out of place out there, and he certainly isn't.
He can kick this as well.
Candidate for Bendigo City Framers sponsored award. Picture Art Plus of $100.
Has anyone ever won it on debut?
Zarafa. Take that on notice, Cam. It goes to the line, crisp, a fist. They need to kill it here, the Bloods. Instead, it spills. Werner's in the area. They besiege him. Stoppage. 25 out, 45-degree angle. Ball up.
Yes, I think Chris went to punch that through the goals, but the wind took it and he got the wrong side of it.
Denhei in the ruck for the Dogs. Horbury ground level, Bloods. A lot of players around the footy trying to make a path. A rolling pack, ball up again, 32 metres out from goal, pretty much directly in front, Dogs in attack.
It's only a little bit cold out here at Harry Trott. The sun's gone behind the clouds and it's darkening skies. Clearing kick out of defence, Brock Harvey. He's had to work a long way up the ground to find himself a possession in this game. He's in defensive 50. He sends it up towards the top of the 50. No mark taken, spills to the bottom here. Dropping the mark he would have liked to have taken there for the Bloods was James Davies, and a free kick's been pulled out of this one. Norm Jenkins, what'd you see?
Half-time MCD FNL, Talbot 5-3-33, Harcourt 4-4-28.
Good battle going on there. Is that a Harcourt or Talbot?
No, it's a Talbot.
Talbot that game. McKenna works the kick down defence. Mark taken in front of us here by Riley Evans. Riley Evans looks up. Able to step central. Kick out in the direction of Luxmore. Couldn't quite take it. Bounced at his feet. Will Allen picked it up for South Bendigo. Handballed it straight up in the air. Dylan Johnson grabs it. Goes looking for the safety of the boundary line, and that's what he gets. Boundary throw in.
Half time, North Central. Donald 6-5. Lead Bort 3-3.
Good game going on there as well. Going to be improved to Bort Magpies in season 2026. Throw in. 60 out from goal. Luxmore took it out of the ruck, spills around on the right, sends it in the Denhei direction, didn't quite take it, but it bounces rather fortunately, and he'll run into an open goal and slam it through. Adam Brand Castellano. Good work out of the contest there by Luxmore. Brand Castellano reaps the rewards with the goal, and the first goal of the second half goes the way of Gisborne, and they now increase their lead. 8 goals, 6-54. South Bendigo 4-8-32. Good lead for the Dogs. Score sponsor Bendigo City Framers. Picture Art Plus on local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Yes, good work from Dominic Sullivan when the ball came in quick. He was able to get his body in front of his South Bendigo opponent, knocked it out to the side. Brand Castellano, far too quick for his South Bendigo opponent, ran into an open goal and made no mistake.
Danger here now for the Bloods. Danger at escaping away from them because the Dogs will have the wind. They're kicking against the wind in this quarter. Harvey wins it now in the pocket. Dances one way or another. Ineffective disposal. Evans intercepts for the Dogs. Turnover it is. The Dogs are away on half back. Another turnover. Bloods running onto the footy. In fact, boundary line wins. It was Horbury that couldn't quite gather it in front of the Dogs coaching box. You can see Jack Reaper in the box as well. So they've got a couple out.
Umpire seeing him this year, unfortunately.
No, I wouldn't have thought so. Umpire will now throw it in. Up they go in the ruck. It was crisp. He, in fact, tapped it to... And I've noticed Benaki has been roving to the opposition ruckman on occasions. Bullet ball. Hits up his teammate in Sullivan. Sullivan looks to go. Wheels and goes. Shallow inside forward 50. Poor kick. Intercept mark's been taken by Davis of the Bloods.
Davis intercept mark. Handball to Horbury. Horbury has to pull up. Wanted to come down the broadcast side wing, but he stopped prop steady, hit the pass into the middle to English. English handballs backwards off to a teammate. They run it down the line. It was a good-looking kick which come for the Bloods. Matt Cameron dropped the mark, so the Dogs will handball it out wide. No clean possession, knocked off the feet of Lucas Hannon. No lasso rule, so we won't be seeing that one paid here in a Bendigo footy. Throw in centre wing position.
Yeah, that should have been an easy mark to Matt Cameron there, but he just couldn't get his hands around the ball. He sort of patted it forward.
Talking to Jack Reaper pre-game as well, he's actually taken up the role as the full-time forward coach for Gisborne this year, so it's a tribute to have him in file. Well, that's what I thought too, but he told me he was taking in the forward line coaching, so...
Well, he knows how they operate, I suppose, because he's supposed
you've got to be able to
chasing them around.
Yeah. Benaki got a free kick, handballed it central to Johnson. Johnson plays on down the line, no mark taken, spills off hands. Rusbridge for the Bloods will be tackled as soon as he grabbed the footy. Level ball up, Johnny's reaching for the jacket. It's starting to get a little bit cold and definitely darkening skies here at Harry Trott.
I know it's not over yet, but all of a sudden pressure is back on the Bloods, not only in this game, because if you project forward, next week they've got Castlemaine at Camp Reserve. That's some real pressure. They win the first one and everyone's got them in the finals, and they could be 1-3 after 4 rounds. So
they come up against a 2-0 Castlemaine.
Well, it's interesting times here for the Bloods. Can they respond? I reckon round one, that Caden Antonowitz injury, I reckon it's had a bit of a ripple effect, Norm, through the club, do you think?
Well, yes and no, because last week they were very good against Strath and only just went down in the last 5 minutes by 7 points.
This one's not over by any stretch, but they're looking down the barrel. Evans for the Dogs wins it off half back, then lost it. Ball spills. Niski, handball over the top. Now it's a turnover. Benaki, I reckon that's deliberate. You can't handball it towards goal 30 metres from goal.
He's miles too far out. You've got to be within 10.
Unless he says he's going to Benaki, to Vescovi, but he got away with it, so it's 54 playing 33.
Well, they've worked it out of defence relatively quickly. Vescovi wasted no time bringing the ball back into play. Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on in that last passage of play there. That's certainly more than the 10 metre mark. No, I don't think you could either. It had to be within 10 metres and under immediate pressure is what I was under the impression was the ruling there, Norm Jenkins.
I agree with you there, Cam. So, but that's the way the umpire's seen it. Ball came out of a pack and went through for a point.
We are rather relaxed on a lot of these rules in Bendigo footy though. So out of bounds on the 4, I think, was the kick from the Bloods that went forward out of the contest. So Dylan Johnson has possession for the Bulldogs. Short pass. Mark taken by Sullivan.
And that was good work from Sullivan. He's worked his South Bendigo opponent over. He was pushing and shoving on half forward and ended up in half back to get the mark.
Kick missed its target. Bloods turn it over. It spills to Zimmerman. Zimmerman inside forward 50. Uncontested mark. Taken 15 out directly in front of goal for big Callum Crisp. And he just needs to kick this one, does Callum Crisp.
Well, he does. They've been in there 3 times prior to this quarter for one behind. This is only their 4th inside 50 entry in 10 minutes of play.
While he's having the set shot, Callum Crisp, 25 out directly in front. Well, he made it look a little bit awkward off the boot, but he puts it through for a goal. Crisp kicks the goal. And South Bendigo get an important goal here. They needed it in this quarter. So the score now moves to 5-9-39 to Gisborne 8-6-54. Score sponsor Jason Westcott Builder. Local footy, the closer you want to be. It's fresh live. Let's just cross down to ground level. Steve, what's the wind conditions doing down there at the moment? Because it certainly seems to be playing a little bit of effect in this quarter.
Well, I thought largely the wind's died down in majority compared to the start of the game. It is still picking up in parts. We've seen it twice this game from the kick-ins from the Neil Street end. They've gone well over the halfway line.
Eagle Hawk by 19 points over Golden Square at famous Canterbury Park. Golden Square's
the reason
home
I
game.
asked that question is I felt like that 6-goal breeze at the start's kind of really slowed down a bit here.
Secondary ball up in the middle. Hurried kick up the chimney goes nowhere. Matt Cameron hands on footy, couldn't win it. It's Willing in there. Taking possession was Rusbridge and he gets tackled.
Or is it more just Gisborne playing better footy, Johnny?
Well, they are, and they just need to lift the Bloods. They've got players all over the ground that need to. Fallon has been one of the better ones, just overruns the footy on this occasion for the Bloods. Spills to the outer side wing, then an up and under kick. Kick off the ground by Zimmerman. It was like a Jackie Chan kick at the ball, and it got mileage but just went through for a minor score. So it's 40 playing 54.
Scovey wasted no time bringing the ball in. He sends it down the line of the far grandstand side wing. Bloods will turn it over though. They'll whack it back inside forward 50. One-on-one contest. No mark taken. Appeals for a free kick. It's hacked out of there for the Bloods across the face. Might have come from Crisp again, I reckon, there to knock it through.
Yeah, the big ruckman brought the ball to ground and then got his foot to it.
So a minus score. And we'll just take a chance to relax things a little bit here. 41 plays 54 the way of the Bulldogs as we approach three-quarter time.
Noticing with these kick-ins that the Bulldogs are getting plenty of distance kicking to the Neil Street end this quarter. As Steve's just said, wind's died down a fair bit.
Vescovi, short pass deep into the pocket, finds Elliott for the Dogs. Elliott hard up against the boundary line, looking to bring it down the rooms wing, social rooms and club rooms wing. It's a high ball. Matt Cameron, he's just too tall, too high, takes a mark in front. Jed Denhei. Cameron, a whistle on play for a hold. It won't be in the forward zone. It's going to go the Dogs' way. They're spreading wide now. Will they take the opportunity? They will. Vescovi spreads it wide to Johns. Johns has got time and space. Half back down the wing. Poor kick. It was well weighted, but in the opposite direction, and he's turned it over and given it straight to Allen of the Bloods.
It's Will Allen that took centre set mark. He quickly chips the ball down the line. Mark taken here for the Bloods by James Davies. He's got the bright yellow boots here. The shoulders taped. Davies will bang a high ball inside forward 50. Needs a mark. Harvey couldn't quite bring it down, neither could Chris. Dogs will emerge with it wide, spills to Harvey. Harvey looks central. It's a nice looking ball, rather unselfishly to just centre it back into the middle of the ground, where he finds Cohen Harker, who marks it 40 out, directly in front, and a chance to make it 2 in a row to the Bloods. And just chip into this lead a little bit here. If he kicks this, we're back to a 7-point ball game. 40 out directly in front. Harker comes in, and wow, a player of his quality is not missing from there. He puts it through, and it's a 7-point margin here. 6. That would make the score. What's that? 5-11-41, playing 8-6-54. So a 7-point margin here. 47 plays 54 in favour of the Bulldogs. Score sponsor, Bendigo City Framers Picture Art Plus, local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Yes, great forward thinking by Harvey then. Had the ball on the boundary, looked over his shoulder. Harker was in the centre in the corridor calling for it. He hooked it back nicely.
Castlemaine by 58 points. Darryl Park over the Roos. Back here, let's see what happens with the Dogs. Burke, a left footer. Into the forward 50, shallow now. Ground level, Horbury did well, dishing it off by hand. Matt Cameron offering support, over the top to Fallon. Fallon of the Bloods now, dribbling ball up the wing, half forward to Harvey. Got long ball inside forward 50 deep, but Vescovi running with the flight of the footy, flight of the ball, takes a nice mark. Short pass plays on quickly into the pockets. Shirt around looking for a passage out. From one back pocket to the other, ends up with Will Elliott. Now down the line, target is Johns. He takes a mark. He'll come in board aggressively. It's a poor kick. Luxmore is under pressure. Back of the pack, Zarafa couldn't take possession. And now we'll have a stoppage. Ball up. 41 playing 47, in fact, Cam, it is. 6-11-47 to 8-6-54. My little scoreboard in front of me didn't update properly.
He didn't put that last goal down, which come from Harker. Put it back to 7 points. The Bloods are pressing late in the third quarter. Right on cue. Harker's ball inside forward 50. Carries to the back. Chris Hamble over the top. No target. Knocked away by Thomas. Chris went back for the secondary. Gave it off to Haddo. Haddo snaps around the body. Haddo's kicked it from 40 out on the snap. And the Bloods have got it back to a 1-point ball game. Momentum has swung the way of South Bendigo with the breeze in the third quarter. And it's back to 1 point. So that would be 53 plays 54. And South Bendigo doing all the pressing. They've kicked 3 in a row now this quarter. Norm Jenkins, score sponsor, Bendigo City Framers Picture Art Plus.
They haven't. It's all come because young Cohen Harker in the centre of the ground is getting plenty of the football and putting it forward. And also their forwards are thinking now. They're not snapping at goal. They're trying to find players in the corridor.
In the middle they go. Matt Cameron, a big double-handed punch. Put it down the throat of Harker. Harker now off to a teammate. It's okay. Shot at goal. Might have been English, but spread wide and just snuck it in for a minor score. So that evens it up here, 54 apiece. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live here from Harry Trott Oval.
Far from even at the QEO. The ton up for Sandhurst, 103 playing Broadford, no score. Vescovi brings the kick back into play here at Harry Trott. Short pass was good. Found its teammate. They'll look to go down the line. Down the line they go, which is on the grandstand side of the ground. No mark taken. Spills to the front of the pack. Diving in after it for the Dogs will be Zarafa. Young Kobe Zarafa certainly not afraid to throw his head over the footy. Umpire circling. Eventually crosses his arm and says we'll have a ball up.
And he's probably lucky there that he didn't get control of that football. It bobbled away from him, because if he didn't get rid of it, it would have been a free.
Up they go in the ruck. Matt Cameron again wins the tap. He's dominating at the moment. To Fallon. Fallon's been good as well. Flying shot at goal, not so good. Oob out of bounds on the full. You looked at me funny there. You don't know what Oob is, Cam. It's not a song like Max Merritt. Don't worry about it. As Vescovi now plays on from that receive for the Dogs. Target will be Burke. Made him work. It sat up. It was ineffective. Here offered support for the Bloods. Now it's a turnover long. And Vescovi at the back of the pack came over the top of Crisp. Alexander Ralph taps it along the boundary for the Bloods. Can't keep it in. Ball in 15 around from goal. Bloods in attack. They need a couple, Cam, I reckon, just to get their noses further in front, because the Dogs will have the wind in the final turn.
Yeah, I probably think they want at least a 2 or 3 goal lead heading into the final quarter. They can kick another 2 late in this quarter. It'll give them some momentum for sure. Handball off. It'll be a flying snap from Fallon. Not going to get over the top of the pack on the top of the goal square, and they'll concede a minor score.
He's a candidate for the $100 sponsors award, Norm. I reckon Jack Fallon's got better and better as the game's gone on.
Yes, you're right there, John. He has, and he could well be the difference in the last quarter of this game.
Dogs play on from fullback. Sullivan with a bounce. Then he sends it long to the wing. Search and kick went nowhere. Bloods turnover. Long back inside forward 50. They've got another chance here. Ground level. Dogs will mop up. Through Elliott. Elliott short pass is effective. To Merritt. Merritt now will slow things down. Don't want to give up possession of the footy. Merritt now. A long ball. The wind gets it, swings it. It was a poor kick in the end. Intercept, another turnover. I've said the word turnover a lot this quarter, and it's with Rusbridge of the Bloods.
Rusbridge has it. He'll look to step around Johnson on the mark. He does just that. Gets onto his right. And well, it's going to be a turnover because he's kicked it out of bounds on the full. Look good. Finish not so good. What's the old saying that goes with that, Johnny? Looks do something so well, and then you just let it down at the end.
I'll give up. What is it?
I don't know, I'm asking the question.
I thought it was a trick question.
No, I'm actually asking the question. Dogs will swing it into the back, and they find Will Elliott. Will Elliott swings it further forward, or further wide, I should say. Thomas has got the footy here for the Dogs. I've also liked the game of him so far, Harry Thomas. Umpire calls him to play on. Short pass will go to Evans, who takes the mark. Blood suggesting it mightn't have been the distance, but he was able to mark it diving in. So Evans, they're in no rush at the moment, the Dogs. They trail this game by 1 point. He swings the kick across to Vescovi in his defensive goal squares. Vescovi goes even further wide. It's an absolute Scheisenhausen of a kick, but it might work out okay for Sullivan. He made it look half distance, or half decent. He ran his distance, and then he got tackled, and he just panicked the ball out of defence, and it goes out of bounds, boundary throw in.
Rain clouds beckoning, Norm. You're the apple farmer amongst us.
They are, John, but I think it'll hold off for long enough to see the day out.
Windy, tough conditions now. Definitely the wind favours the cricket net ends. The end which the Bloods are kicking to now, and the end that the Dogs will obviously have in the last term. Haddo, hands on footy, ground level. Nitschke on the end of one. This will be for his third, and drills it home.
No, he missed it.
Missed it.
He celebrated it, but the umpire didn't agree.
He did everything, punched the air and everything except for look at the goal umpire. I said, no, son, that's a minor. Yes. So that extends the lead to 2 points.
Yes, they've doubled their lead just like that, have the Bloods. So Vescovi will bring the ball back into play for Gisborne. Early in the quarter, he was keen to go fast, but now he's really slowing it down with these kick-ins, I've noticed. And that's why, because that's an absolute shocker. It's out of bounds on the full. Norm Jenkins, try and describe that.
Well, he played on out of the goal square and he tried to short pass to a teammate on the boundary line, but it didn't go long enough and it went out on the full.
So Jack English will receive the free kick. He's going to have to kick it all of 50 from the boundary He'll go goals. He might have actually kicked this one. He's also put it across the face. Well, to the near side, there might have been some celebrations for that one too. So a little bit premature celebrating going on out here from South Bendigo, but they're increasing their lead in single digits.
Well, they tripled it, didn't they, Cam?
3 points.
We'll run out of fingers soon, Cam. That's triple. As Vescovi takes a mark, it was a one-handed slip catch. Vescovi now spread it wide. It's effective, finds Elliott. Elliott getting his hands on the footy at the moment. Short pass, barely. Well, turnover, straight to Davis. Davis went by hand to Harker. Harker short pass in, intercept by Evans of the Dogs. So Turner, there's a lot of turnovers in this game, and there's another one. Zimmerman, he's off, played on, then decided to go after one step, and after all that, he drilled it straight through the middle. It wasn't pretty football getting there, but that extends the lead to 8-15-63 to 8-6-54. That's his second score. Sponsor Parsons, Stowing Castlemaine. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Yes, South Bendigo, they're getting a bit of result now for their efforts. You would think they need another couple of goals to make a game of it in the last quarter, but you know that you never know. They seem to be finishing full of running and making it hard for the Gisborne Footy Club.
Not much of a farmer, Norm. It's raining.
Golden Square making a comeback here at, well, not here, but over at Canterbury Park at their home game at Eagle Hawk, 6-6-42 to 7-14-56. Gisborne out of the middle. Benaki will send it inside forward 50. Off hands it goes. Tried to knock it further forward though to Brand Castellano. Kicked the only Gisborne goal this quarter. Like it might even be the only Gisborne score of this quarter. Free kick South Bendigo. Harker. Been good in this quarter has Harker.
Yes.
Kick not so good. It's going to make Will Allen work for it, but he was able to pick it up cleanly. Handball missed Ollie Turnbull. Tried to go through, but he was able to follow up after he dropped the ball with a good tackle on Campbell Johns. Stephen Nivold at ground level. Is it raining out there?
Just starting to lightly sprinkle now. I had a look at the radar at the start of the quarter, and it reckons about 10 to 5 we were supposed to start getting some rain.
James Barnett Lane at ground level.
Yep.
As the ball's now with the Dogs off half back. Sullivan to half forward. Can they mount something here? At the back of the pack, it was Davis, did well. Dogs will win it. Then it spills. Allen for the Bloods. Handball over the top is ineffective. Clough was under pressure for the Dogs. Eventually pack forms right on the paint mark of the 50 or 40. Depends how good your maths is, but
plenty of desperation for both sides at present, John.
Very good. Zimmerman getting his hands on the footy, handball over the top. Merritt intercepted. In fact, was a bit of a lookalike in Johns. He was tackled in the middle now. Desperation stakes. Ball comes out there to Haddo. Haddo handball to the back door was okay to Kay. Hurry kick to half forward, but winning it now for the Dogs was Burke.
Burke's able to accelerate. He'll send a high ball which will hold up in the breeze, which actually favoured Denhei, so he's able to take the mark. Denhei will swing it inside forward 50 to a one-on-one contest, but Haddo floats in front and forces that one-on-one not to be able to be contested. So a good intercept mark from Brody Haddo, who's in his defensive 50. Short pass, Harker. He'll come out wide to our broadcast side wing. It'll sit up in front of the teammate there, Geddes, who's happy to kick it. It's not the greatest kick off the boot. Matt Cameron comes out, made it look good, took the mark in front of Vescovi. He'll wheel around onto his left. That is an absolute shank. He almost missed connection with the footy, so the Dogs will turn it over. Handball from Benaki. Benaki gave it off to a teammate there in Campbell Johns. He was pushed as he kicked it out. Intercept Bloods. Inside forward 50 they go, and the mark's taken inside. And a good opportunity for South Bendigo. Might be Brooks with the footy maybe. Right on the far side of the ground. Darkening skies here. And he'll have to kick it all of 55 metres, but the breeze is not going to be the issue. It's the accuracy which has plagued them this quarter, Johnny. He'll come in from 55. It's going to go right to the line. It might actually swing through, and it has. Terrific finish for South Bendigo, and they increase their lead. That is a beautiful finish for the Bloods. A big finish as well. They celebrate it. I'm pretty sure it was Cody Brooks that slotted that goal through. So South Bendigo increase their lead now. 9-15-69 to 8-6-54. A 15-point margin here at Harry Trott Oval.
Yeah, interesting to note that Gisborne had sent Sullivan down back. South Bendigo didn't follow him in this quarter like they did in the first quarter on McKenna. They've had the man behind the ball and they've made more use of it than what Gisborne have.
Well, here comes the rain.
It was definitely Brooks. You did well, Cam. That's another song too, Cam, but we won't go there because your song knowledge is just no good. As the ball now go forward again for the Bloods. Handball putting under pressure was Hardingham. Zimmerman getting involved, good tackling. 45 out from goal, a hurried kick at the pack, spills to the back. I reckon they'll kill it here, the Dogs. Running onto it was Vescovi. Also offering support was McKenna for a minor score, taking it to 70, playing 54. Bloods lead. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Rain getting heavier here now at Harry Trott Oval. Starting to feel it into the back of the truck here. They'll clear the ball out. Down the line it goes. Over the boundary line it goes. Right in front of the Gisborne coach's box. Watching on. Barking instructions down there. The interleague captain from last year, Jack Reaper. Sorry, Norm.
Yes, the boundary umpires have had plenty of work to do in this quarter over in front of the South Bendigo Social Club.
Probably played more on this side in the first half, and this quarter's been over that far side, I reckon. Bounce up. Top of the 50. No one able to find a way through. Umpire pulls out a free kick.
Too high.
We're just seeing there, Norm, too high.
Too high tackle on Ryan Burke.
Burke handballs off to Johnson. Johnson wants to go short. He does just that where he finds Campbell Johns. Campbell Johns has got it. No rush to move the footy here, Gisborne. He'll just thump it down the line. 20 players will go up around this footy. Hits the bottom of the pack. Somehow the Dogs are able to move it, get forward. Knocking it forward there was Clough. Intended just to get it going in any way, shape or form he could. Bloods will turn it over though. They'll wheel down the middle. Turnbull's kick will come in the direction of Cameron, but he was pushed underneath the footy clean and fairly, and a mark taken by Vescovi for the Dogs.
Well, the rain's gone if you call it rain.
I'm still feeling it.
I reckon I spit more than that when I'm commentating under excitement, Cam.
Maybe that's what they're feeling on me.
Might have been. Merritt takes a mark on the clubroom side. They're good at wasting time. They've been doing it for a little while now. It must be not long to go before three-quarter time here. It's a long ball down the line. At the back of the pack, couldn't quite mark it, was Luxmore.
Hasn't Adam got prime position over there? How long's he been standing on the back of the van in that position for?
Well, he's only been doing it the whole game, Cam.
I noticed him there.
Yeah, it's the match of the round. He wouldn't even wipe that bloody rain off his lens, I wouldn't imagine. He'll be a happy man tonight, though. Enjoying a good game of footy. Good Bombers man as the ball. Chris tried to grab it out of the air, couldn't win it. Might be a turnover. Who's going to win it out of the middle? It'll be Hannon for the Dogs. Not quite inside forward 50. Crisp now for the Bloods. Causes a turnover. Handball to Geddes. Geddes been relatively quiet this game compared to was in round one. As the siren sounds here at Harry Trott, it's 9-16-70 to 8-6-54, and good contest here at Harry Trott.
Yes, the Bloods have got themselves a lead, but will it be enough to be able to hold off the breeze in this final quarter? It is South Bendigo, Gisborne from Harry Trott, around the grounds, Bendigo footy, Sandhurst 17-16, 1-18, leading Broadford, no score, Eaglehawk 7-14-56, Golden Square 6-6-42, and it is Kangaroo Flat 6-9-45 to the Magpies of Castlemaine 15-11, 101, final quarter to come, and a big final quarter at that. It is a 16-point margin, but the wind will definitely be at the aid of Gisborne in the final quarter. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Live Saturday afternoon local football. Only one station. Supporters know, coaches and players know, and you know, it's Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Experience the serenity of the Moon Balinese Massage and Spa Castlemaine. From therapeutic massage to relaxation, positive energy healing and Balinese massage with full body hot stones. Fresh sponsor the Moon Balinese Massage and Spa can balance your body and energy, reduce stress, improve circulation whilst promoting deep relaxation and well-being. Discover a touch of Bali at the Moon Balinese Massage and Spa. Book online or go to 184 Barker Street, Castlemaine. Private health insurance available.
Fresh sponsor Parsons Towing Castlemaine is a 24/7 towing service covering all your towing needs, from accidents to breakdowns. Parsons Towing can handle anything from cars, trucks, buses, machinery, containers, even motorcycles. Parsons Towing is a family-owned business that understands the importance of prompt, professional service. Parsons Towing has now joined the team at Bellevue Panels in Bendigo, covering a larger area. To get you back on track anytime, anywhere. ParsonsMotorBody.com.au.
Steve Barty Gas is your local supplier of household, LPG cylinders, forklift, industrial and hospitality gases. They refill or exchange barbecue and camping cylinders and have a range of lubricants and greases. Steve Barty is a local bloke and has serviced Castlemaine and surrounding districts for over 40 years. For great service and competitive prices, contact fresh sponsor Steve and the team on 5472 1262 or info@stevebartygas.com.au.
Here is the picture. Picture Art Plus and Bendigo City Framers are now one business that offers you even greater opportunities. Enjoy the same fantastic staff and service that bring your innovative designs to life. You can frame your memories or explore other stunning artwork, plus wall art, framing options and convenient parking right at the door. Fresh sponsor, location at 80A Garcead Street, Bendigo, on the corner of Arthur Street. Got the picture? Fire up for the footy with Don Footy Franks. Whether you're with family, friends or the matchday crew, nothing beats cheering on your team with a delicious Don Footy Frank in hand. Go straight down the middle with sauce and mustard or work it out wide with a bit of cheese and onion. Whatever you'll play, fresh and local sponsor Don Footy Franks are made for footy. Here's Don, here's good.
Doing it for our community. Local first. Bendigo's Fresh FM.
Thanks to local footy sponsor, more live Bendigo football. And now, it's time to fire up delicious Don Footy Franks. They're made for the footy. Is Don, is good.
Three-quarter time at Harry Trott. It is the Bendigo Football Netball League Round 2 contest. South Bendigo and Gisborne. South Bendigo 9-16-70 lead Gisborne 8-6-54. But it is a handy breeze going the way of the Dogs in the final turn. So this game is well and truly alive. Other games in Bendigo footy: Sandhurst 17-17, 119, Broadford no score.
You know what's better than a Big Four bank?
A bank that's bigger. For me. Bigger for making my money work harder.
And helping my business make it.
Bigger for helping us to buy a home.
Bigger for the community I care about.
My bank is bigger for what matters most.
As one of Australia's most trusted banks, millions of Aussies know that Bendigo Bank is bigger for them.
And we're bigger for you.
Bendigo Bank, the better big bank.
My name is Daniel Bowman. I'm a cladding supplier. The company name is Architectural Cladding Suppliers. We manufacture, produce basically any cladding sort of available that can be rolled out of a soft feed ColourBond material. We target roofers, cladders, builders, really anyone that wants to sort of get involved with this type of cladding. We try to be a bit of a one-stop type roofing shop. We have all of them and some that the others don't have. We educate people how it's done and we sort of get it out there and make it happen.
G'day everyone, I'm the Suburban Footballer and I'm here to tell you to download the Local Footy Hub app. Inside this one-stop app, you will find live scores, fixtures, ladders, leading goal kickers and best players, game replays and highlights, latest news, player and coach interviews, shows, podcasts, and full team and player statistics. Actually, can I stop you just there for a sec? It says for all your team and individual stats. Like, just for argument's sake, if someone at my work got on the app, could they see how many possessions I'd had the week before? Oh, they can. Oh, I reckon, like, do you really need that? Footy's a team sport. Who cares about individual statistics? I reckon the rest of the app is great, can't fault it. But just get rid of that individual statistics bit. I mean, who cares? Download the Local Footy Hub app. Everything you need, all in one app, including individual stats.
Are you looking to promote your business? This could be a great way to reach the local footy community. How do we get your name out there? We can provide banner and native advertising in our news feeds and socials, reaching thousands of people every week. We can run video ads before every game replay that gets watched by thousands of people each week. We can run promotional videos like this one about your business during quarter time breaks for all of our live stream games. Contact us now to find out how you can book a trial.
If you're listening at home, don't go anywhere. If Gisborne are going to win it, they're going to have to come from behind, but they are kicking with the breeze. The Bloods won it out of the middle and kicked it to half forward to the Neil Street end, which they'd be urging and pushing for a goal against the Tide, which would make things hard for the Dogs. Stoppage, it's ball up, across hard forward. Crisp wins it for the Bloods. Ground level, it's nervous. Johnson wins it for the Dogs. Hurried kick to the outer side in the direction of Merritt. Merritt by hand goes towards Johnson. Two players met themselves firmly. Was Hardingham was one of them for the Bloods who's doing a good job. Dead heat, I call it, Cam. Cross on the other, well, it's the opposite side to us, but it's certainly, they're playing a lot of good footy on that side, the clubroom side.
Pretty good crowd underneath the grandstand. Well, you call it a grandstand or a rotunda? What would you refer to that?
It's not a grandstand, put it that way. It's not a rotunda either.
There's seats over there.
Rotunda's around, aren't they?
Underneath the roof. Dogs emerge with the middle. They'll go straight out. They'll go goalwards, the Bulldogs, and the kick come from Matt Merritt, who puts it across the face for a minor score. A pavilion would probably be the word I'm thinking for, would it not be, Johnny?
Well, you're probably getting closer.
70 plays 55 the way of the Bloods, early stages of the final quarter.
I feel like I'm talking to my 6-year-old daughter here. Have another go. Let's see. Is it trying to hint? Aubrey plays on from full back. Sends it to the rotunda side, Cameron.
Social rooms.
The social room side. Contest, it's fierce. Johnson doing well. Handball to Banaki, put him under pressure. Banaki tried to go around the corner. Kick off the ground by a hair of the Bloods. Put it in the path of the Dogs through Thomas. He can't win it. Good strong tackling on the outer side. Oh, Johnson went in hard for the Dogs again. He's battling hard, Norm. I really like the intensity. It's up.
It is, and this could stand him in good stead for a call up to the WFL next week.
I'm going to throw in. Waiting for the umpire throw in. Chris takes it out of the ruck. He'll send it forward for the Bloods. If they get one to start the quarter here, this would be massive. Bouncing around inside forward 50. They try and take it on. It spills out. And it's going to be a goal. It's kicked by Brock Harvey, I reckon. Brock Harvey kicks the goal, and it's a big goal to start the final quarter. And South Bendigo, they get a steadier. And a much needed steadier at that. That takes the score along to 10-16-76. They lead it to Gisborne 8-6-54. 8-7-55, I reckon that might be for Gisborne. A big start to the final quarter for the Bloods. Score sponsor Jason Westcott, build a local footy, the place you want to be. It's Fresh Live.
Yes, it was an excellent kick by Brock Harvey with the wind down there. Used the outside of the boot to drift it through, but South Bendigo in the second quarter couldn't kick a goal. They've already got one this quarter, so excellent start.
Castlemaine 114-54 out at Kangaroo Flat. I've just had a message for somebody that's watching the game, and it says, for your information, what I saw, Lant is a class above everyone else significantly. That's out at Castlemaine versus Kangaroo Flat. Of course, Dylan Lant, the recruit from Northern Territory, but meanwhile back here, the Bloods are taking control against the Tide, against the Breeze. A mark's been taken by Jack Fallon, who lined them up pretty much directly in front to the Neil Street end.
Yes, Jack Fallon just camped in front of the pack there. The ball came down. Nobody from in the pack was able to get near him to spoil.
Let's see what the co-coach does with the footy. The difficult kick.
Right-hand goalpost.
Probably hold up in the Breeze. Most of them have to this end. Oh, it bends. It bends a long way. It's almost a boomerang ball. Well within play. Ball spills now by handball to Nitschke. A little bit of a don't argue, and then on the left, free kick. Manages to just sneak it in for a minor score. 10-17-77 now. The lead 8-7-55 Dogs.
Can you describe that kick from Fallon in a moment now? Normal, the ball's gone out of bounds. That was a real ugly looking kick.
It was. He sort of ran around on his left and it hooked on the left the way you ran. His body sent him to the right, and that's the ball went that way.
North Central, three-quarter time, Donald 8-7, Bort 9-5.
Good game of footy, that one. 8-7, 9-5, real close battle. Braden Blake emerges with the footy here. Handball to Dylan Johnson, gets into some space, has a bounce. Then he handballs over the top, might have to run onto his own handball. Kevin Bartlett style. Handballs it even further forward. He's going to have a third crack at it. Now it's Benaki. Benaki handball missed its teammate. Picked up by the Dogs though. They're able to continue to go forward. Werner handball, Denhei. Denhei just shoveled it straight to Horbury. Horbury couldn't believe his luck when the ball landed in his lap.
Oh dear.
Haddo has just gone for space. Yeah. He's banged it out 30 metres, no one there. He was looking for touch if we're playing rugby. He still didn't find it. Dogs will go inside forward 50. Appeals for a downfield free kick, but the kick from Hannon was perfect to land to Pat Kenner, who marked it 10 out from the boundary, 30 out from goal. Tough kick from here though, Norm Jenkins.
Yeah, very tough kick from here. The wind, if he sits it up in front of the teeth of goal, so the wind should take it through.
What was going through Brady Haddo's head through that kick before?
Well,
he made us absolutely no one.
Effort. There was nobody there, and he had to hope a teammate got there. Brock Harvey was only just late.
McKenna comes in on the right, kick across the face, and it's sneaking for a minor score to the left of the goals. 56 playing 77, Bloods lead, but the Dogs have still got plenty of work to do with this lead, with this breeze in the final quarter. Score sponsor, Jason Westcott Buildup.
You might have seen one of your free kicks paid for the first time for a long time, Cam. Had it gone out of bounds?
Horbury played on the kick from fullback, went to Haddo short, looking broadcast side. Haddo out, slowing down the footy. They've got control at the moment. Had a target. He threaded the needle and hit Turnbull.
No one blocked from the trainer though.
He did. That kick goes to ground level to Davies. Tried to slide in the footy and couldn't. Good defensive work, Harry Thomas. The umpire will throw it in. Crisp says, I'll take the ball in against Blake. She's a long way from the boundary umpire. They run in a long way. They just barely make it. Crisp a double-handed tap. Tried to put it in the path of Haddo. Overran the footy. Picked up by the Dogs through Hannon. Hannon goes to half forward. Denhei was the target. Now Spills. Clough getting involved. Handball further afield. Zarafa. Zarafa now will go at McKenna. Ran underneath the footy. Now he'll butter it up. Go around the body. Gets tackled. Might have ducked his head. Umpire let it go. Now his chance and kicked the goal. He fought and McKenna has picked the big one.
That's goal of the week.
Score sponsor, Don Smallgood. Score sponsor is Don is good. It's his fourth. As the crowd getting involved here. That's 9-7-62 to 10-17-77.
Yes, well and truly deserved that goal. The work he went through, ball went over his head when it was kicked in. He had to work hard against three South Bendigo opponents. He went every which way he could, got out through the back and was able to snap a goal over his shoulder.
Back in the middle we go. Next goal comes massive in this game, especially if it goes the way of the Bulldogs. They'll urge the footy through Evans. Evans to Johnson. Johnson will send it inside forward 50. Getting out, dropping the mark though. It was a chance for the Dogs. It was Dominic Sullivan. He's able to get the ball back, spin it around. They'll snap it towards the top of the goal square. This might be a goal. That's an incredible goal. And it played it through for the Dogs. What a finish that was. 15 out, and he's able to bend it through. Didn't quite catch who that was. I reckon that's... Is that the young fella on the Boo, Normie?
It was in traffic there, Cam, and I couldn't pick up who it was. Zach Denhei was also there, so...
Yeah, it was actually Kobe Zarafa on his first game. They told me that he is special. He's kicked a special goal for the Dogs. We'll go back in the middle here. Got caught up in the excitement of that one, but actually knocked it forward for the Bulldogs. Clough picks it up. They'll work it out wide. Almost looking for touch. It'll go towards the boundary line. Horbury will pick it up. He'll be tackled straight away. I'm not sure he had intent to get rid of it. He's done holding the ball. So Gisborne free kick. They're coming now. 55 out from goal. Score 77. South Bendigo 68. Gisborne. Dogs have it. 55 from home. They'll send it inside forward 50. McKenna shoved off it by Matt Cameron. Umpire says it was all fair and legal. And we'll have a throw in. Right, left-hand forward pocket.
Bloods under attack. Under pressure now. The Dogs are coming. You sense McKenna. He's been building towards this. He's been dangerous all day, really. Cameron taps it to the front. It's a hurried kick, intercepted by Clough of the Dogs. His collar must have been touched. It was not a fair mark. And the Dogs deep in attack. Up they go in the ruck. Denhei was lurking, tried to go with one hand and couldn't quite get it. Brock Harvey doing some hard work in their Bloods. Ball's at ground level. Whistle on play. It's a quick whistle. Free kick. It's going to go the way the Bloods might be possession of the footy.
Yes, he was being held off the footy. So he'll swing it out wide. Matt Cameron should be able to take the mark. He floats in front of the contest. It handles Zimmerman. Zimmerman off to Haddo. Haddo can get on his right. Will steady. Inside forward 50 he goes. One up the contest. No mark taken. It was floated in front for the Dogs. It spills out. The handball looking for Burn. What a good purchase of it there did Riley Evans, who's been pretty good on his first debut game, I think, Normie.
Yes, but he should have held that one. I mean, he had no competition against him. The ball well, but just couldn't hold on.
Riley Evans in game one for the Dogs, playing with his brother as well, Lockie Evans, who's been magnificent. He's in contention, I think, for our Plus Sponsors Award this afternoon, which Norm J will be handing out at the conclusion of this match. Fallon bangs it inside 450 out of the stoppage. Bouncing ball, picked up for the Bloods by Smithwell. He's taken in the tackle straight away. We'll have a ball up. Who's been some of the better players that are in contention for that, Norm?
Well, Benaki thereabouts all day. McKenna, Blake a little bit. I thought Duff's been good. Also Evans for the Gisborne side.
Ball is on the outer side now. They track it towards the boundary. Well, kept in play now for the Dogs. Thought he took it out was Hannon. Well, they're all tied up on this occasion. You can sense the urgency by the Bloods in particular. And these home games are games that you're going to have to win early in the year because it's going to be a log jam at the end of the year. There's a couple of sides pushing to get into the top five. Bloods now will win it. Zimmerman handball. Up and under kick. Doesn't get much meterage. Zimmerman then he handballed 50, but it was a turnover. Went to Hayden Blake of the Dogs. Blake up to the wing. Didn't quite grab it there. It was Werner of the Dogs. Ground level. Eventually it finds its way over the boundary line after a good play by both teams. Intensity is up. Ball in true centre position. 77 playing 68. Bloods lead midway through this final term.
Throw in centre position. Good crowd in front of the social rooms over there on the far wing from where we are situated here. Should probably be the closest side wing for the majority of the people at this ground. Throw in. Second time. Blake and Cameron going at it. So superstars of the competition. Cameron got there and thumped forward for the Blood. Picked up by Harding. Then he gave it off to a runner. They'll bang it inside. 51 on one. Test needs a mark. Free kick's been pulled away from played. And Brock Harvey points to the crowd, runs to the open goal and slams it through. Rather cheekily from Brock Harvey. But he's kicked 2 goals this quarter now. And a steadying goal. The Bloods hit it for sure. So that brings the margin back here. It is now 10-7-60. Gisborne playing 11-17-83 South Bendigo. Good game of footy here at Harry Trott. Not over yet. Score sponsor is Towings in Cameron.
Yes, that's something South have missed since the first quarter. A little bit of from Mitski. A lovely one-handed from a handball in the centre of the ground. In long. Chris put his ball in front and he was free kick. Brock Harvey was right there to grab the crumb and put it through.
That might be the one. What have the Dogs got now? They're kicking with a here at a Harry Oval. Need to get another one on the board, but through was Knaves. He wins it, then goes the body to half court. Had a handball, cute over the top. Went to the skipper in hair. Hit the Bloods shallow inside 50. Vescovi now gathers for the Dogs. Turn over. Kick it long. Near broadcast wing. Bounce over the top of Simon. Couldn't get it. Went now. Geddes for the Bloods. post by hand to Cameron. Cameron on the left to half forward. Side forward 50. Bounce. Harvey couldn't gather it for the Bloods. But Harkin, he goes horribly around the body. In fact, his target should have been Bellnose. Couldn't quite get him. For bounce from the back pocket for Dogs and send it up Merritt.
He did well in play. He finds Merritt. Screaming for it down the line. Werner. He's going to go short. Pass was good. In the hands of Campbell Johns. So Campbell Johns centre wing in. Brought the side of the ground here at Harry Trott. In favour of South Bendigo. Good kick in the middle. Finds its teammate. They'll wheel and go through Werner. Werner's ball inside forward. He needs to find a target. Can't cut it out. Picked it up cleanly. He spins around. Open up the angle and put the kick goal. He's fit today. The flip smarts on Banner. And the Dogs get a goal to get it back into the game here. 11-7-74. Play 11-17-83. Good margin. Jason, we've got Build a Local Footy Live, the place we want to be, fresh live.
The kick McKenna originally wasn't the best you could get, but he was able to make the most of the bounce. Well, went onto it and right foot snap, easy goal for Pat McKenna.
Sticking towards time on, we haven't got access to the clock here at the moment from our position. In this the direction of Hare, the Bloods half forward. Bloods in attack. Only Mark, and it will be a stoppage.
16 minutes gone.
Johnny Woodford have kicked the goal. Kicked the goal. Woodford straight 6, 22-19, 51. Up
to win the ball. Inside forward. A clicker. Davies, who takes it in front. This could not quite, but oh boy, we're getting close.
And getting close with 21 points if he puts through. So it's a touch kick for young Dave.
He's in front, but he's against. Last time we saw him against this breeze, it almost went right angle. Though to the next end. Oh, Scott make the distance, but make it in the pocket. Claiming it. Cheeky again for the second time in about 5 minutes. And a mark now by the Dogs to Evans.
17 minutes gone.
83-74. Kick across goal, rather dangerous. They might be able to make this look okay. The Dogs wheel their way to the fence. Johnston will be held in the tackle and we'll have a ball out line the ball not coming.
9 points, isn't it?
9 points the margin here. Yeah. Got it forward for the Dogs, but it's all Dogs. They'll send it in. Kick Paul, set back from Geddes. He can kick this. 55 from goal.
Not some Cam.
He's looking to go. He's going to pop up the top of the goal square. He wants the camera to fly. No mark taken. Brock Harvey rode it. So Harvey's going to get a. He might have a little bit on it, I think, there to receive the free kick, but the infringement was there in the end. And if he kicks this, he's prepared to call it game over on the quiet.
Jet, only played 18 minutes at a time on. Probably with what's scored this quarter, we could have 6 or 8 minutes on.
Harvey being a game player. The game's been on, he's 2-1 for the first 3. For his third goal, and a point South lead, he puts it out and slams it through. Harvey, a 15-point lead to the Bloods as we're approaching 20 minutes after the final quarter. Good game of footy. Harry Trott over and the Bloods at 12-17, 13-17, 9-5 play 7-74. So past Tony's Castle.
Another one that stood up in this last quarter is Brett Cameron. He's been on the ball for the last 10 minutes and got plenty of in. So South Bendigo. In fact, it's 9 just out of sight. So setting that up at 12-7, 74.
there. It's a long, crisp second hand. Overran it. Bloods.
Yes, there in the court. I'd say so. I'd say we'll have 6 or 7 in time on.
Another stoppage. Blake gives it now to Sullivan. Sullivan will spread it wide to the wing. Finds Hannon. Hannon's been pretty good. Short pass. Running onto the footy was Johns. Johns will go goalward and doesn't even sneak in a minor one. It's out of bounds on the full again.
Broadford have kicked another one at the QEO. 2 straight 12. Sandhurst 24-19, 163.
Well, they got them in the third quarter last time. They got them in the fourth quarter this time.
Well, you're right. People were talking 300-point margins at the QEO, so this is a good effort.
I think an excellent
without
effort.
seeing the game, you're looking at the score and go, that's, well, as much as a 150-point loss can be a good effort, but certainly was danger signs of it going further. Good to see them fighting the game out there. Dogs will get it through Vescovi. He'll barrel one inside forward 50. Knocked underneath the footy was Denhei, and it was done illegally. Receives the free kick. Norm shakes his head. Tell us why.
Oh, we've seen 5 or 6 of them today, and the umpires let them go. So I pull one out now at the end of the day when you've got 3 or 4 minutes to go.
I understand what you're saying, but the infringement was probably there. So free kick Denhei needs to kick truly if the Bulldogs are any chance. He'll kick it from 40, slightly to the left of goal. Denhei comes in and puts it across the face. The Bronx cheers from the crowd tell you what you need to know. 2-goal one from Zach Denhei, and the margin now is 89 playing 75. 14-point lead to South Bendigo.
And South Bendigo have done very well in this last quarter, having 8 inside 50s. Gisborne's only had 7 with the breeze.
Castlemaine by 78 points against Kangaroo flat out at Dale Park, so a big margin there beckoning. There's a long kick, goes to the outer side.
3-quarter time, Loddon Valley, Inglewood 9-8-62 to Pyramid Hill 6-5-41. Bit of a turn up going on there if the Inglewood Blues can get a start over Pyramid Hill.
Ball in. You call it the Rotunda over there, we'll call it the Rotunda side, which is the clubroom side, Camp. It's a throw in, ground level.
The left of the clubrooms.
Just a lot of players at ground level. Eventually it's a hurried kick out by the Dogs. Denhei was the target, hits Denhei. He's within range, you would think, with the wind. He goes long, he goes high. McKenna's one-on-one. McKenna gets caught behind. And there's good defensive bit of play at ground level by the co-coach, Fallon, who tapped it through defensively. And he was good against Fallon one-on-one there. So that takes it to 76 playing 89. Dogs trail.
And thanks to Paul Wicks, MCD FNL President. Final score at Talbot, Never saw a goal kicked in the last quarter. Harcourt 12-11 with 6 points, defeated Talbot 7-6.
Good win.
So a good win to the Lions to start the season off.
There you go, Harcourt, an undermanned Harcourt today with plenty of players to come back into that side.
They won't get in, they won't get a game, will they?
Well, it could be the thing. They might have to play twos next week to get their way back in.
Who are they playing next week? Denhei. That might be a cricket score in the reserves next week for Denhei. Zimmerman's able to work the ball forward out of the centre contest here, Matt Cameron. It's picked up by Belnaves. Belnaves handballs to Zimmerman. Tried to go back to Belnaves with a little cheeky handball over the top. Was a no-looker though. Still paddling it forward here, the Bloods. They've worked it all the way to the top of the goal square just by paddle. Smith-Rolfe picks it up. He handballs backwards. Trying to find a way through there for South Bendigo. Was English, was unable to do so. Knocked it to a teammate. His opponent, I should say, which was Evans. And then he's brought him down. Ball up inside forward 50.
I'm almost going to call it, Cam. I reckon they've done enough here, the Bloods, against the Tide. They're going to get a free kick here, are they?
Well, they were both holding. So
no one knew who.
Well, if he kicks this, it will be one.
Matt Cameron's the one, though, Norm.
Yeah, well, we're both holding.
I don't like those free kicks when when both sets of players have to ask which way it's going.
Everybody's looking at the umpire, saying whose is it?
It's ruck lotto, is that what they call it?
Yeah. Now, well, I'll go out on a limb and say he won't kick this because he's in that difficult position where everyone else has had a shot at goal and it's gone at right angles. 40 from goal, directly in front, right against the breeze.
Good eye, Matt.
He does.
With the left foot.
And he shows them how to do it for a point. Well, it was closer than everyone else. Everyone else kicked it out of bounds on the full and he got it for a minor. So that takes it to 90 playing 76. Bloods lead. Local footy, the place we want to be. It's fresh live. Time on in the last.
Well, they're not going to die wondering, the Bloods. Thomas will bring the ball in. He'll just send it down the club room side wing. Ball hits the bottom of a mass pack of players. Taken without the footy as Brody Haddo is going to receive a free kick. Gisborne people are not happy with that decision, Norm. What'd you say?
Well, they've probably got rights too because Haddo didn't get rid of it by hand or foot when he was tackled.
No, but they also held the tackle for a little bit longer than it needed to be.
But the other free kick was first. Should have been paid first.
English on the right. Steadies with a kick inside forward 50. No mark, off hands. Nitschke pushed through, but it went straight to Clough. Clough bangs it all of 50 metres. McKenna in a one-on-one. Fallon went to ground, so McKenna was able to hold his back. Then he dropped the footy to Pat McKenna. He followed up with a secondary tackle, and eventually the umpire. Oh, he's called a swing tackle. Out of all the free kicks to pull out of that would have been the last one I would have picked, but I'm not here to blame the umpiring. Short kick comes wide for the Bloods, and it's going to be marked by Zach Hare.
Hare takes it.
There was 3 free kicks in that one.
Geez, the Bloods have been good today, this afternoon. Sets up a big contest at Camp Reserve next week, doesn't it? Short pass forward, 25 metres. Matt Cameron, who's been mobile and he's been running all over the ground, actually.
He looks super fit too.
Matt Cameron now. Long ball. Shallow inside forward 50. Big pack. 1-handed mark. Crisp. Has been paid. He has taken a mark. It was a clunker, and I liked it, Norm. I know the crowd in the background, but he used his body well. One saying a push, one saying not.
He didn't have to use his body. Another South Bendigo player did it for him.
Is that what they're...
And left Chris to stand
here. He didn't use his body either. He used his fists, his palms, and his hands.
Yeah, I didn't see what he did was wrong, but obviously Norm saw something off the board as...
Yeah, no, Chris did nothing wrong. It was another South Bendigo player that came in and...
Not much of an angle. 35 metres out. The wing will come into play and kicks a behind another one. So it's still difficult kicking goals, but I think they've done enough. I think the Bloods have done enough. 91 playing 76, they lead.
At least he went to the right-hand goalpost that time, Norm.
That's right, yes.
Just didn't get the assistance to bring it back the other way.
Yeah, 3-3 in the last quarter out of 10 forward 50 entries.
Going to be hard work from here for the Dogs, but they will not die wondering. They're a proud club at Gisborne. Banged it down the line. Hardingham emerged with the footy. Managed to spill it out to Nathan Kay. Tackled by Dylan Johnson. Pinged holding the ball. Free kick Gisborne. We know they're going to get up and go quickly. South are doing everything they can to slow this one up. Well, it was Nathan Kay holding the over the footy. He was pushed as he tried to get up, delaying the start a little bit. Inside forward 50 they go. Crowd getting involved in this one here. We'll have a ball up just inside forward 50. He's well within his rights, though, when the player's just sitting over the ball like that.
Well, that's right. The player's meant to get out of the way.
Blake took it. He'll bang it towards the goal square. McKenna in a one-on-one with Jack Fallon, and I really love the fact that Jack Fallon's taken it upon himself to stop Pat McKenna in this last quarter. It's a real co-coach's effort from him this afternoon. Ball out of bounds, right-hand forward pocket. Gisborne in attack. They need one off this stoppage if there any chance, Johnny.
A couple of final scores coming through. We will go through the final scores later, but Golden Square have been defeated by Eagle Hawk, and Sandhurst have easily defeated Broadford. Castlemaine will easily defeat Kangaroo Flat. Here at Harry Trott, I reckon it's the Bloods that are going to win this game now. Deep into time on. Ball spills to Merritt. They've got it in the forward zone now. Good strong tackling, Horbury ground level. Offering support with his teammate in Davis. Long high ball. There's only half a minute remaining in this one. Ball goes over the line.
How accurate that is.
You can take it away, Cam. Send us home, son.
We've just crossed 30 minutes in the last quarter.
So the South Bendigo are going to win. A free blood rules here has been pulled. Brock Harvey's going to have to run to the other side of the ground just to add on a little bit of time to this one. And we'll be crossing out, but remember to jump on our Instagram page, Fresh 101.5, to catch the South Bendigo song after the game as well, and plenty of other news on that Instagram. So make sure you jump on and give that one a follow as well, Johnny. You inventive new thing this year for the radio station.
What are you trying to say, Cam?
I don't know.
Go back to the rotunda.
Brock Harvey off the ground. Umpire says we'll throw it in. Dying moments of this one here at Harry Trott. Benaki will take it off the contest. He shrugs off the tackle. Gave the handball off. It's going to be a flying shot. And they're going to kick a goal. Is there time left in the game? The goal's been kicked by Kobe Zarafa. He's got two. It's on off the ball here. The goal's been confirmed. Zarafa keeps the Dogs in it potentially. Who knows? I don't know. Score sponsor, Jason Westcott, Builder Local Footy. The place you want to be, it's Fresh Live.
Yes, excellent work by Benaki there. He was in and under, he got the ball out, he got the handball on, got it back, then got a second handball to put Evans in the clear, Zarafa in the clear, and what a great goal it was.
91 plays 82. Not sure how long to go, but it's going to have to go perfectly from here if you're Gisborne, Johnny.
You would think so. Well, I need two goals. We're well into the 30-minute mark, well beyond that. Blake will win it. Offering support, running through, couldn't get it, was Evans. Bloods will win it now. All they need to do is kill time. It's a hurry kick to half forward. Dogs will mop up off half back. The kick comes into the middle. Contested ball. What have they got? Another surge here, the Dogs. Inside forward 50, somehow they've got there. Benaki, handball off, gave it to Luxmore. Luxmore flying shot at goal, minus score.
If we kicked that, it would have been interesting.
83 playing 91, Dogs trail.
Still two scores needed now for Gisborne. If you kicked that one, it would have been a one-score ball game, Johnny, and it would have been well and truly game on for the last couple of seconds of this game.
Darkening here too, Cam.
Darkening skies, good crowd in attendance. Been a good day here. Some other full-time scores coming in from Bendigo footy as well. Golden Square going down by 27 points to Eagle Hawk. 10-19-79 to 7-10-52. Bloods will send it in. High ball, which is going to hold up in the breeze. So Gisborne will get a chance to send it back inside forward 50 because a good mark's been taken by Braden Blake. 55 from goal. Blake launches at goalwards. And, well, he's actually put it out of bounds on the full. The worst possible result out of all of them there. And it's out of bounds on the full from Braden Blake. Score at the QEO, full time 25-21-70. Sandhurst defeating Broadford 2 straight 12.
33 minutes gone in this last quarter, 8 points in it.
I don't think there's enough. I've been saying that for the last minute or two, so there was time, but surely now they've exhausted that.
And of course, until the ball gets kicked in, this is all dead time. The clock continues, but not the playing clock.
Right, wind holds up the footy. Deep in the forward zone now for the Dogs. A lot of players around the footy. They converge. The bottom of the pack trying to get out, had no chance, was Clough. 40 out directly in front. Up they go in the ruck. Cameron wins it for the Bloods. Hurried handball out of the pack. Smothered kick. Now with the Bloods, they rebound. Horbury, a long, high ball to the outer side wing.
Bouncing ball, Hardingham couldn't quite take it. Dogs will get a free kick for a high tackle, but they'll take the advantage quickly. It'll be Will Elliott that sends it inside forward 50. Mark to Luxmore. He's going to snap around the body on his right. If it goes through, who knows, we might be game on, and he's put it through! Game on! Luxmore slots the goal. The Dogs have come from the clouds and all of a sudden we're having a grandstand finish here. 2 goals for Luxmore. And wasn't it clever just to snap it quickly, Norm Jenkins, instead of going back and having the set shot and wasting 30 seconds?
Yes, it
13, 11, 89, 12, 19, 91, 2-point ball game.
It was a lovely lead by Luxmore there, and Up was able to take it out in front of his eyes and then turned around and snapped it straight through without even blinking an eye.
Back in the middle. There can only be seconds remaining. Who's going to win it out there? Nishka's kick was smothered. Benaki might have got one high. Umpire said go on. Johnson, handballs, siren sounds. Siren sounds. They had one little surge left in them and didn't get it. What an end to a good contest, a 2-point margin, 91 playing 89. Local footy, of course it's the place we want to be with finishes like that. It's Fresh Live.
We definitely had the close one for sure. What a game in the finish, and Gisborne just didn't say die in the end there, Normie Jenkins.
No, they didn't, and to South Bendigo's credit, they got that break early in the last quarter, and from then they were able to hold on, and to have 10 inside 50s against the breeze, it was exactly the same as Gisborne did in that second quarter. So, and I gave the player of the day, the
Bendigo City Framers Picture Art Plus Match Day Sponsors Award winner, Norm Jenkins. It's all on your shoulders. In a losing side.
Yes.
Shane Clough.
I thought he was all day. He was in and under all day. He gave Gisborne plenty. He was in that revival at the end, and South Bendigo, they had a lot of players, but they were all even contributors, and there wasn't anybody that really stood out in the end. In that last quarter when you needed it, there was 3, 4, 5 different players, and they hadn't been players that had been noticed early in the game. So that's just the way I saw it. I thought that Clough was the best on the ground today overall.
So Shane Clough, the winner from Gisborne. Unfortunately, doesn't go home with 4 points, but he goes home with a $100 Bendigo City Framers Picture Art Plus Sponsors Award. Other scores from the games today: Sandhurst defeating Broadford by 158 points. Golden Square going down to Eagle Hawk in a home game at Eagle Hawk by 27 points, and Castlemaine, progressive score still, but they are in control. No, full-time score now, 23-12, 150 defeating Kangaroo Flat, 8-14, 62. Norm Jenkins, you had a full-time MCD FNL score as well.
Yes, full-time score saw Harcourt 12-11, 83 to Talbot 7-6, 48. And just looking through the other scores, of course, on Good Friday it was...
You know what's better than a Big Four bank?
A bank that's bigger. For me. Bigger for making my money work harder.
And helping my business make it.
Bigger for helping us to buy a home.
Bigger for the community I care about.
My bank is bigger for what matters most.
As one of Australia's most trusted banks, millions of Aussies know that Bendigo Bank is bigger for them.
And we're bigger for you.
Bendigo Bank, the better big bank.
My name is Daniel Bowman. I'm a cladding supplier. The company name is Architectural Cladding Suppliers. We manufacture, produce basically any cladding sort of available that can be rolled out of a soft feed colour bond material. We target roofers, cladders, builders, really anyone that wants to sort of get involved with this type of cladding. We try to be a bit of a one-stop type roofing shop. We have all of them and some that the others don't have. We educate people how it's done and we sort of get it out there and make it happen.
G'day everyone, I'm the Suburban Footballer and I'm here to tell you to download the Local Footy Hub app. Inside this one-stop app, you will find live scores, fixtures, ladders, leading goal kickers and best players, game replays and highlights, latest news, player and coach interviews, shows, podcasts, and full team and player statistics. Actually, can I stop you just there for a sec? It says for all your team and individual stats. Like, just for argument's sake, if someone at my work got on the app, could they see how many possessions I'd had the week before? Oh, they can. Oh, I reckon, like, do you really need that? Footy's a team sport. Who cares about individual statistics? I reckon the rest of the app is great, can't fault it. But just get rid of that individual statistics bit. I mean, who cares? Download the Local Footy Hub app. Everything you need, all in one app, including individual stats.
Are you looking to promote your business? This could be a great way to reach the local footy community. How do we get your name out there? We can provide banner and native advertising in our news feeds and socials, reaching thousands of people every week. We can run video ads before every game replay that gets watched by thousands of people each week. We can run promotional videos like this one about your business during quarter time breaks for all of our live stream games. Contact us now to find out how you can book a trial.